Stay Tuned Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of a drunken degenerate watching the National Football League.
Welcome, everybody, to Thursday Night Football here on Stay Tuned Sports. I'm your boy King, hanging out with you here to watch, well, this appears, on the face of it anyway, to be in line with how the last couple of primetime games have been, especially over the last week. It feels like this will be going down that same road. We don't know. Maybe we'll get a good game. Maybe we won't. But we'll see. The New York Jets coming in at 2-8, taking on the 2-7 New York Jets coming in to take on the 8-2 New England Patriots. Patriots wearing their new rivalry uniforms, the Nor'easter uniforms, which, believe it or not, have grown on me in the time that I've seen them. It really feels like they're a splash of red away from being, dare I say, possibly new primaries. I would feel okay with that. That's how I personally feel. But there we go. Jets Patriots coming up here in just a few moments. And since we have a couple of moments, ladies and gentlemen, since you're joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports, and your good boy King, if you'd like to go ahead and hit that like button and hit that share button, share us around, let people know that we actually exist, that would be fantastic. Thank you so very much. That's a quick and easy way that you can help. Also, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and help us as we're going towards 1,000 subscribers to hopefully be monetized here on the YouTubes. And again, every little bit helps. So every like, every share, and of course every subscription helps tremendously. You guys are fantastic for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to help us out a little bit more directly, since we're not monetized, we don't have the ability to do super chats or memberships or anything like that. If you'd like to help us out more directly, we have a link for our donation station and our merch store at the top of the chat, which is open. Come in, say hi, say how you doing. ELS running trivia on this Thursday night. He's excited. Get you ready for some mid-November Thursday night football trivia between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. He's excited. I know you're excited. I'm excited as well. So you can come and join us here in the chat. Also, description below has those same links for the donation station and for our merch store, which, of course, the merch store, as always, has Fuck the Ref shirts, available in hoodie and in T-shirts, available all year round and to every fan base. This is the one shirt that you know will be popular amongst every fan base everywhere. Even Chiefs fans thinks the refs fuck them over, and, Eagles fans too. Every Philadelphia fan you ever met. Oh, the refs hate us. The refs don't like us. Meanwhile, they get away with massive offsides every time they played in tush-push and do everything like that. But so that is available. Comes pre-pixelated, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't have to worry about offending your church group or your grandmother down the street or the HOA or whoever you got there. You don't have to worry about having the actual word on there, but the messages are crossed. And you know what? I bet you they'll agree with it too. Fuck the refs, hoodies and T-shirts available over at bit.ly/staytunedmerch. That's bit.ly/staytunedmerch. And again, the link is in the top of the chat and in the description. We also have something that's kind of relevant to this game, if I can even speak. Here's your Just End the Season shirts. That is available. Same spot, same places, bit.ly/staytunedmerch, available both in T-shirt and hoodie form. Will this be another JETS Just End the Season game, or will the Jets pull off a massive miracle upset at Gillette Stadium there in Foxboro, Massachusetts? We are going to find out soon enough. But there you go. You have the Just End the Season shirt, and there you have your Fuck the Ref shirt available right now over at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. So now we're just sitting back, getting ready here. Garrett Wilson, by the way, is out for this game. He's actually on IR, so he's out for the next at least 4 games. I was thinking of something else. Oh, yes, I saw that the NFLPA has gotten a request from the owners to stop the players' grading system of all the, you know, how the end of the season, like the players' grades come out for each team they play on. Like how's the gym, how's the locker rooms, how's the overall presence, you know, how's the workplace environment, how the perks, how's the ownership, and everything like that. Yeah, and apparently the NFL owners have put in a request today to have that no longer public or published publicly. By the way, the person behind the push to have that happen was apparently old Woodrow Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets, Woody Johnson. I like calling him Woodrow because I'm a dick like that. But yeah, Woody Johnson apparently was the driving force behind that, because if anybody remembers this past offseason, Woody Johnson, the only owner to get an F in that particular ranking. So kind of makes sense. So we got this coffee going. It looks like the Jets are going to be getting the ball first here. So we can go ahead and just move that ball over there. As the Patriots apparently have won the toss and they will defer. Paul is in the chat. Paul says Jets, 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 Jets. They can end the season after this game. But for this one, he wants the upset. The Patriots, again, wearing their nor'easter jerseys there with the kind of like the blue-gray. They have like the regular navy, then they have the blue-gray. And the navy's been moved to like a secondary color, a trim color, if you will. And it's mostly just like that blue-grayish kind of shade and white. So it's the like foggy blue, navy blue, and white here for the Patriots. And they painted the end zones. First time in Gillette's history that the end zones have been painted in Gillette Stadium. Jets receive the kickoff, and they're going to put it up to the 20, up to the 25, and down to the 29-yard line, and that is where the New York Football Jetropolitans will start their first drive as Justin Fields jumps onto the field here. Fields on the field to see if he can lead the Jets down the field, and I doubt it, but we'll see what happens here. Paul in the chat says, I have a fact. The NFL players at the end of last season didn't rank Jonathan Taylor in the top 100. That is literally the most. Well, no, because he wasn't good last year. Like I said, the Colts were not good last year. The only difference between last year and this year was Daniel Jones. That's all I'm saying. Irish in the chat says, I don't have a player on either of these teams on any of my fantasy leagues. So it's the pure neutrality watching here, Irish, I see. Fields on 1st and 10. Looks, throws. It's going to be caught. And that's going to be Taylor, the tight end. With the reception out of Tulane is Mason Taylor. Go Wavy Boys! Love the little Wavy Boys from Tulane. Great logo, by the way. Tulane's got a great logo. Paul says, look at his stats from last year, Dingus. Don't call me Dingus. And, yeah, no. Is he as good as he is right now? No, but he wasn't as good as he was last year. And, you know, listen, I get why he wasn't ranked in the 100. Handoff here on 2nd and 4. That's going to be a first down for the Jets. Unless they spot it odd, and it looks like they've spotted it as the first down. Daniel Berry in the chat says, happy Thursday, everybody. Hey, Les, it's great to see you, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining us there in the chat. Joining Irish, joining Paul, joining ELS. We'll see if we have anybody else joining us as well. You can join us right now if you feel like it. Chat is open, and the community awaits. And, of course, during each commercial break, there will be some trivia from ELS. So get ready to work your brain. And you'll need Neurofactor from Dubby for that. We'll get to that in a second. Pitch out here on 1st and 10. Oh, they made it 3rd and inches. Breece Hall, though, he's going to gain about 10 yards on it anyway. I thought it was a first down anyway. Wow. That'd have been hilarious if they would have shit on it. I was here sitting here talking, reading the chat like it was a first down. It looked like a first down to me. But now it goes from 3rd and inches to a definitive first down for the Jets, as they are now at their own 48-yard line. ELS, I figured that I saw you welcome them last week, ELS, into the chat. So I figured you and Daniel, good friends, good compadres, and it's great to have Daniel there to watch along with us here on Thursday night. Justin Fields, he's going to pull it down, and he's going to run for 6 yards about. So 2nd and 6 upcoming. Or 2nd and 4, because he ran for 6. That's what I'm looking for there. That's the math I'm looking at. Irish says, I have 3 defenses in my... Can you play... Well, obviously 2 were on the... Who are your defenses, Irish? And I know I can't intertrade. I could certainly use a different defense because I have the Steelers defense. I have the Steelers defense and the Vikings defense. Justin Fields with a design run on 2nd and 4, but goes nowhere, no gain, 3rd and 4 from the New England 46, upcoming here for the Jetropolitans. Irish says, I released Stevenson for the Steelers defense. That was the only player on these teams that I had. Yeah, I guess in an emergency you had to pick up the Steelers defense. I had the Steelers defense. I was like, ew. You have Cleveland, Jacksonville, and Pittsburgh. And that's the thing. It's like you figured Pittsburgh would have been good. They haven't been. And you figured what was I going to say? Not the the Browns. The Browns are good defense, but Justin Fields going to pull it down and run there on 3rd and 4, and he's got lots of room. And he gets a massive gain all the way down to the 32-yard line. About a 14-yard gain there for old Justin Fields. First down and much, much more. ELS says, let's see if we get more viewers. I posted a community update on my YouTube. Oh, thank you very much, ELS. That's awesome. So 1st and 10 here, coming up from the JETS Jets. 1 on the play clock. It's going to be another design runs from Fields. I don't know why I can't talk today. Runs from Fields. He gets about 5 yards on that, I would like to say. Whether that's real or not. Nope, it's only 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Paul, hey, listen. I'm not going to yell. Or I'm not going to argue with you. All I'm going to say, take it up with the players. I didn't make the top 100 list. Take it up with the NFL players. Handoff for Brees on 2nd and 7, and he's going to get 2 yards. So 3rd and 5 upcoming. Irish in the chat saying he's going to get rid of his Jacksonville defense after Week 12, hoping to pick up the Chiefs defense by the playoffs as well, as the Chiefs defense has improved slightly than what they were doing the first 3-4 games of the year. And Paul, it's okay. I am a bit of a dingus. I'm a bit of a dingus. Well, don't yell at the NFL. Just yell at the NFL players, because the list, the NFL top 100 is made by the players. It's going to be a handoff to Davis, and he's going to squirm his way all the way to the 20, and that's going to be a first down for the Jets. So the Jets' opening drive here doing fairly well. Are we gonna have another one of these games? It's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, God, yeah, there's no way the Patriots are going to lose this game. And then somehow, some way, the Patriots end up losing this game. Is this what we're going to be looking at? Davis again. He's going to get about 4. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Irish in the chat says that I'm wicked smart. I'm smart, not dumb like everybody says, but smart, and I deserve respect. I mean, if you watched the countdown video earlier today, I mean, that just goes to show you, I put that team there because I felt like it. That's the extent of my intelligence. 2nd and 6. Justin Fields. Oh, it's a little bit of a flea flicker reverse throws to Fields, but knocked away. Chase on with the defensive play there. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 6. So Jets try to go a little trickeration there and instead now end up in 3rd and long. Wilson, Paul in the chat says, best thing that's ever happened is Jonathan Taylor not being in the NFL top 100. Word on the street is it pissed him off so much, he's taking it out on the rest of the league. And so far, he's probably right because he is taking him and Daniel Jones both tag teaming this team like it's a Florida sorority student. If you know, you know. So the clock was running down there on the Jets, and they call a timeout quickly. So I didn't see a flag anyway. So since I didn't see a flag and a flag graphic didn't go up, timeout counts, no flag yet. Crafty says, oh, well, because Brock Purdy's going to be starting for the 49ers, I'm going to be changing my pick to the Cards. Why? I don't know. Why does everybody hate Brock Purdy? Like, again, first of all, we haven't seen much of Brock Purdy this year. He's been injured, so there is that. Mac Jones has played very well in his stead, and some would say starter well, and it would be hard to argue. But I guess we would have to see how Brock Purdy looks when he comes back. And listen, if Brock Purdy comes back and stinks up the joint, next thing as we've seen with the 49ers, they're not hesitant to make the switch if there's something they feel like they can do better. So 3rd and 6, Fields looks, throws. It's going to be caught down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Jets. Jets. Donnie Mitchell. Hey, look at AD. Got released by the Colts last week. Now he's starting here for the New York Jets. Jets. I do. Yeah, I think the Cardinals are up there. I think the Saints, too. The Saints have 2 wins, but the Saints are one of the toughest teams. They play hard every game. They actually marked it 1st and goal from the 6. It's going to be a yard gain to the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Crafty says Purdy is blown every time he's taken the field this year. I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's been so long, Crafty. I don't know. I don't know about that. But again, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to find out on Sunday when they take on the Arizona Cardinals. Fields is going to pull it down, running himself. He's going to try to get to the corner, and he does get there. Touchdown! Jets. Jets with the touchdown. And they take an early 6-0 lead here on the home New England Patriots. Oh, no. Is this going to be another one of those weeks? Is this going to be another one of those weeks? ELS says, are the Jets playing good or did the Patriots forget how to defense? I got to tell you, I'm not sure. But here we go. Extra point coming up here for the Jets. It is up and it is good. And the New York Jets take a full 7-0 lead over the hometown in Foxboro, Massachusetts, which is a hell of a long way away from Boston, even though Boston claims the team is their own, whatever. The New England Patriots, 7-0. We'll see if the Patriots can answer. If Drake May can come onto this field and let his presence be known against this Jets defense that has lost 2 major pieces in the last week. We'll find out. We'll see. Question 1, as we've hit in a timeout here. ELS's Thursday Night Football Trivia. ELS happily provides us with primetime football trivia every single time. We're doing a primetime game here. So if you want to come and join into the chat and join in the trivia, chat's open. Come in, say hi, say hello, say how you doing. Be part of the community. Question 1. Jets management did not listen to their fans in 1995 and took tight end Kyle Brady with the 9th overall selection. Which player did the fans want the Jets to select instead? I remember this because, again, I grew up in this area. Warren Sapp. The Jets fans thought they got to that pick. It was like Warren Sapp was still available. Boy, they were celebrating Warren Sapp. We're getting Warren Sapp. We are excited. All Jet fans were nuts as the clock was going. I remember watching on ESPN, and the clock's going, and did you see the Jet fans, and they're cheering Jets. They're talking to fans like, yeah, Warren Sapp. I can't believe we're going to get Warren Sapp. It's going to be happening. And then they picked Kyle fucking Brady. Whoops. Oh, man. The Jet fans, the energy that just got sucked out of that fucking room when that happened. Woo! That was a day. I remember that. I was but a wee lad. I was just, in 95? I was 13, 12? I was turning 13 that August. So, yeah. That was, could you imagine how maybe you could have had Warren Sapp, and just a couple years after that, Bill Parcells came to the team. You could have had Warren Sapp playing under a Bill Parcells. Oh, my God. Jets may have won the Super Bowl. They might have won. They might have gone to Super Bowl 33 instead of the Broncos. That was crazy. I remember that. Sometimes you get those moments, man. You get those moments, like when the Vikings forgot to take a pick in the draft. Ira says, I still remember the fans with their faces in their hands. Dude, I remember just the slack jaw, yeah. The hands on the rail, the heads on the railing, they were just like, oh my God. Like everybody knew. It was like everybody knew Warren Sapp was going to the Jets. Everybody knew he was going to the Jets. And yeah. So here comes Drake May onto the field as the Patriots have the ball at their own 31-yard line after the kick return. The Jets have had a couple of draft day experiences. 1st and 10, Drake May, play action pass, looks, throws out of the backfield. It's going to be caught for no gain. No gain for the Patriots on 1st down. Hunter Henry, the receiver on that play. So 2nd and 10 from the 31 again. Mason shotgun, empty backfield, trips to his left, takes the snap. He's looking towards his left, throws towards his left, caught. And that's going to be good for 8 yards. Oh, we got a flag. They're calling it unnecessary roughness on the Jets after the play. I didn't see it, and it came well after the play, so it has to be after the play. It couldn't be for the tackle. They did, so they called it on that? How did they call it on they called it on the tackle? Wow. First of all, super late flag. Second of all, not a flag. Get your Fuck the Rev shirts, hoodies, and t-shirts available over at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. That's going to be a 7-yard gain on 1st down. 2nd and 3 coming up now for the Patriots onto the Jets' 39-yard line after the 15-yard. They had the gain, the 15-yard penalty, and now the gain on this play. Line of scrimmage was at the 40. Was it 46? Yeah, so unbelievable. Yeah, get your shirts available. bit.ly/stay tuned merch after that call. That was fucking terrible. Pitch out to the left here, and that's not going to go anywhere. That's a loss of 2 yards for the Patriots. Goes from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 5. Crafty in the chat says, you got to be a Steeler to get away with a play like that. Again, I don't think there was nothing unnecessary roughness about that. He was taking him down, and then they blew the whistle like halfway down as he's tackled. As a bad call. Like, if that's what we're doing, if that's what we're going to be calling, then it's going to be a long game. It's going to be a long game. So 3rd and 5, Drake May takes the snap. Surveys the field, throws over the middle. It's going to be caught, but it's going to be 2 yards short. 4th and 2 from the Jets' 38-yard line. And it looks like the Patriots are going to keep everybody on the field. There's been a couple. There's been rules made. There was the NFL changed rules for the Buffalo Bills. They've changed rules for Tom Brady. They've changed rules for Joe Montana. They've changed rules. It happens. So 4th and 2, Drake May passes. That's going to be caught and good for about 6 yards. Douglas with the reception. 1st down, Patriots. Paul Wilson in the chat, cheering like hell for this Jets defense. Paul, our resident Colts fan, not a big fan of New England, as one could expect. So 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Drake May under center. Play clock is at 2. 1. It goes to zeros, but they just get it off before the ref throws the flag. It's going to be a gain of 1-2 yards perhaps. 2nd and 8. They're going to say 2nd and 7 actually from the 28. Yeah, that was the tearaway jersey rule. Wasn't it, Irish? They said that because Earl kept on having tearaway jerseys because he was just so powerful that people would go to grab his jersey, grab the jersey, and the jersey was tearaway, and he'd just run down the field. So I think that's a rule that you couldn't have a jersey that easily became so undone that it just ripped right off. And then if you did, you had to go, oh, Drake May's going to pull it down, and he slides down, gain of about 5 or 6. They say 4, actually. 3rd and 3 upcoming. Guess they started to slide early. Crafty in the chat says, King, now that Kafka is running the New York Giants, do you expect him to undergo a metamorphosis? Are you seriously doing a philosopher joke in my chat here, Crafty? You know nobody else is going to get that. 3rd and 3. Drake May. In shotgun, empty backfield. Takes the snap. Looks, throws. And that's going to be cut. And that's good for 2 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down to the Jets' 19-yard line. Yeah, no, the thing about the quarterback hitting him low when he's already engaged, that's a Tom Brady rule. Because that was the year that he got his knee tore up. And that was, week 1? I think it was week 1 or week 2 that happened. And, yeah. So the NFL said, yeah, we're not going to let a most marketable star do that. And realizing, that's when they started super protecting the quarterbacks. Whoa, 1st and 10, and it's a gain of 8.5. 8.5 or 9. They're going to say it's 9. 2nd and 1 coming up all the way down at the Jets' 10. I think he was down before that. I think he was down at the 11. Paul says, I definitely didn't get it. No, they did mark him down at the 10. Bad spot by the officials. But the Jets hold him up on 2nd and 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Can the Jets defense get a stop here? Hold New England to 3. Or will the Patriots get a first down? Perhaps more. Perhaps even a touchdown to have a chance to tie the game on the extra point. We're going to find out here in just a moment. Man in motion. May under center. 3rd and 1. May looking to maybe see if he can get the Jets jumping. He has not. We got a little shift here on the Patriots side. And the first quarter comes to an end. You didn't even have to run a play, but it's at the end of the first quarter. The New York Jets have a lead at the end of a quarter. Oh, my dear sweet Lord. The New York Jets lead the New England Patriots 7-0. Patriots driving, however, 3rd and 1 on the Jets 10. Can the Jets stop them? Can the Jets hold them to a field goal? Will the Patriots go for it on 4th down? Or will the Patriots just say, fuck all that, and score touchdowns? We're going to find out here as I'm hiccuping coffee. Oh, my God. Crafty says, I expect Kafka's tenure to be quite a trial. It was week 1. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the week 1 there. And that's, so yeah, I remember that it was the next year they put that rule, and it was like, we got a lot riding on these quarterbacks, so we're going to start treating them with feather pillows, and that's how they did it. And that's how they did it. ELS in the chat with question number 2 of our Thursday night trivia football. Sometimes a promising NFL career can be shortened by injury. Andy Katzenmoyer was one of them. What pick was he in 1999? Jesus. What kind of pull is this? I mean, first of all, great name, but even I don't remember that, and that's in 1999. I don't even know that name more. That name is more recent than the whole Warren Sapp, Kyle Brady thing. Jesus. Giants players are going to feel like they're in a penal colony. Yes, that was the thing, because that was Matt Castle, right? Matt Castle was the backup quarterback that year for the Patriots. He led the Patriots to an 11-5 season, and the Patriots, because of tiebreakers, still missed the playoffs. And there was and that was also the year that in the NFC, the Seahawks not only got to the playoffs but hosted a game at 7-9, because the NFC West was so dog shit that year that the Seahawks won it with a 7-9 record. But that was also the game they played against the Saints in Seattle, where you had the Beastquake. So there was a lot going on in 2008, man. And to think that that's 18 years ago, 18 seasons ago, 17 years ago, but 18 seasons ago. That's crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna throw out a guess and say, I'll say 13. Why not? I don't know what it is. The question was, of course, sometimes a promising NFL career can be shortened by injury. Andy Katzenmoyer was one of them. What pick was he in the 1999 NFL Draft? The hint, it's in the first round. Yeah, so I said 13. Crafty has said 11. At this point, I think you're just going to find people picking random numbers, and that's going to be a turn and a twist for a 2-yard gain and a first down for the Patriots. It is now 1st and goal, New England Patriots. 14, 44, 43, 42 remaining here in the first quarter and running. If you're syncing along with us, and if you are, thank you so much for joining us. My name is King. This is Stay Tuned Sports, and as we do on every Thursday night, we're watching along here with Amazon's Thursday Night Football as the Jets currently have a 7-0 lead on the Patriots, but the Patriots are just 7 yards away from changing that. From the 7, 1st and goal. Pitch back for the Patriots, and that's going to be a touchdown as he gets pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, New England Patriots. Trayvon Henderson He got pitched to the backfield, ran it through the line. He got hit and stopped just a little, like about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Kept moving his legs, then got a little push assist, if you will, and went into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. And we are an extra point away from having a tied football game here on Thursday night. Paul upset with that particular outcome. He says, no. Snap, hold, kick, up. It is, oh boy, that was going a little bit right there. But it does end up good. Extra point is there, and we have ourselves a tied football game. Not bad, 14-16 here in the second quarter. The Jets 7, the Patriots 7. Jets getting the ball back here for their second drive. Crafty in the chat says, that wasn't a tush push, that was a tush avalanche. I've had a couple of those. Not fun. ELS says the answer to the question above was he was the 28th pick. Katzenmoyer was a linebacker out of Ohio State, played 24 games in 2 seasons before retiring with a neck injury. After football, Katzenmoyer opened a training facility in Ohio where he freely and happily handed out steroids to all of his guests. I don't know. That's probably wrong. I'm just making up shit. Although a lot of these Jets, I'm just saying, you see a lot of these guys, they start cycling as soon as they get out. I got a cousin. He left the police force. Next thing you know, he's in bodybuilding competitions for some reason, juiced to the fucking max. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. Put away your tiny penis. Put away your tiny steroid penis, would you? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody needs to see that shit. Irish says, hey, do I get a point for being the closest? Question 3. The Monday Night Miracle, I do remember that game, occurred against the Miami Dolphins in Week 8 of the 2000 NFL season. How many points were the Dolphins winning by prior to the start of the fourth quarter? What was that game? It was something stupid. It was like they were up by 30 points, 31 points, something like that. Like, it was a ridiculous score. And the Jets came all the way back. I remember watching that game back when they used to have the old grass tray system there at Giant Stadium. And the Jets had a hell of a comeback. They were calling it. They said that was the payback for the spike game against Marino and the Dolphins. I think it was something. I don't remember exactly. I think it was like 31 points though. My brother probably know. He's a resident Jet fan. My brother Russell would know. But as far as me, again, I remember it was a lot. I remember it was a significant amount. I remember that game too, Paul, the Peyton Manning comeback for the Colts against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it was. I do think it was the Buccaneers. If I remember correctly, I think the comeback was against the Bucs. So this kick is taken at the 10 by the Jets, returned up to the 31. And that is where he is twisted down, is the Jets receiver, and 1st and 10 for the Jets. I say 30. I said 31. You got Irish said 35. No, he says 28. Final answer. Crafty says 24. The answer was 23. 23-point lead that Miami had on the Jets in the fourth quarter, and you blew it! You blew it! Gabagool. 1st and 10 from the 31. Justin Fields in shotgun. Hands it off to Breece Hall, who gets a yard. Oh, it's 30. Okay, so they're down 30-7. That's why I kept on having 30 and 31 in my head. Jets were down 30-7 prior to the start of the fourth quarter. Then they scored an astounding 30 points in the fourth quarter to tie the game up at 37-37 before winning the game in overtime. Yeah, I think the game ended like at 1:30 in the morning, like 1:20, 1:30. I stayed up and watched it, though. Back when it was broadcast on old ABC. Al Michaels was calling it. Throws incomplete on 2nd and 9. Mitchell was the intended receiver there, but just a very terrible throw by Fields. We've seen a lot of that this year, unfortunately, when it comes to Justin Fields as quarterback of the New York Jets. So 3rd and 9 from the 32. 13:27 remaining here in the second quarter. Jets are 4 for 4 on third down conversions tonight. They only made 3 all of last week against Cleveland out of 11 opportunities. Fields back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be 4 yards short. Taylor, the tight end, did get the reception, but it is short. They're actually going to give him an extra yard there. 4th and 3, but the Jets leave the field, get ready to punt the ball away. Back to the Patriots. Crafty in the chat reminding us that Justin Fields has had 4 games this season with under 60 yards passing. And again, he had 1 game against the Broncos where he had negative 10 yards passing. My man was so bad, he broke physics and the state of reality. Patriots, fair catch back at their 14, and now we've got a bit of pushing and shoving between these two rivals, as you would expect there to be. No love lost between the Jets and the Patriots. Paul says, yes. Yeah, no, I remember the Dennis Miller experiment. I remember remember when they put Tony Kornheiser in there? Like, the ABC just started, like, experimenting with shit. They went wild for Monday Night Football. They did some wild shit for Monday Night Football. ELS says, if I remember correctly, was Arnold Schwarzenegger in a booth during Monday Night Football, that miracle game? I think he was. Wasn't he? Yeah, I think he was in that. I think he was up there.
Go Chargers, go!
I mean, obviously it was Jets and Dolphins, not the Chargers. But I think he was in the booth for that. I think it was some movie. Was it Terminator 3 or was it End of Days? Some shit he was pushing. It was something he was pushing. And by the way, question 4, as we're in a commercial break here. In 2000, Tom Brady was the 4th quarterback on the New England Patriots depth chart. Can you name the quarterback just ahead of him at number 3? I can't. Paul says, oh, I do remember. I like both. I like Dennis Miller. He went, like, because he was a lot like Crafty. He would make, like, the Kafka-esque jokes. He would make the Freud jokes and the real deep esoteric sort of shit, you know, where your average football fan would just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But meanwhile, there I am, my 15-year-old nerdy ass who would skip school to go to the library to read. True story, I swear to God. I would skip school, go educate myself. The state of public schools, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, not much has changed in 30 fucking years. It's only gotten worse. But yeah, no, I used to enjoy that shit. I used to really enjoy that shit. Drew Henson. It was Bledsoe. God, I couldn't even tell you. I forget. All I remember was 2001 because that's when Mo Lewis decided to almost murder Drew Bledsoe by exploding his spleen in him. And that's how we got Tom Brady for the next 20 fucking years. Yeah, I remember, like, they did a platoon at Michigan that year. The one year they had, like, Brady and Henson. They did, like, the 2-quarterback system. It was crazy. Play action from Drake May on 1st and 10. Throws over the middle, wide open. That's going to be caught. That is Hunter Henry. Big play, 1st down. Up to the 40-yard line are the Patriots, 1st and 10. Michael Bishop from Kansas State. Michael Bishop. Hey, there's a fucking name. Michael Bishop was drafted in the 7th round by the Patriots in 1999. During the 2000 season, many fans demanded new coach Belichick bench Bledsoe in favor of Bishop. Michael Bishop, man, yeah, he was big. He was good for Kansas State. I remember him back in the 90s. Hand off on 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Good for a yard, about. Crafty says that hit on Bledsoe looked like just any ordinary hit for the time, yeah. Like it just looked like he hit him going out of bounds. It was a hard hit, but nothing that you would think is like nothing that made you go ugh, or like it was like, oh yeah, good hit. That's all it was. But yeah, sometimes all it takes is just getting hit in the right spot at the right time at the right angle, and the next thing you know, your spleen says bye-bye. Drake May is going to pull this down on 2nd and 8 and get tackled for only a yard gain. Not sure what he was doing there. Was he trying to slide? Was he trying to do something? I don't know, but he gets hit from behind, taken down. It's going to be 3rd and 7 upcoming here for the Patriots. Yeah, Crafty says, just goes to show you how unpredictably fragile the human body can be. That's some deep introspection there, Crafty. I do agree with you. The human body, for as strong as we'd like to think we are and as indestructible in our youth as we feel that we are but fragile, fragile creatures on this little ball, this slightly damp ball just floating through space. Everything's fragile, including this Jets defense, as Hunter Henry just is gashing it as he gets down to the Jets' 46-yard line, does a little booby shake to celebrate. And it's 1st and 10 Patriots in Jets territory. Paul in chat says, remember Teddy Bridgewater? I remember that. Dude, he didn't just lose his ACL. He lost almost his leg. His leg got twisted up and fucked up so bad in that practice, they almost had to amputate it. It was like an Alex Smith situation. The fact that Teddy Bridgewater was still able to come back the same as Alex Smith was is incredible. And the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is the backup in a quarterback again in the NFL, still to this day, after having come out of retirement from the high school team, to do that is still incredible. 1st and 10, loss of a yard for the Patriots. 2nd and 11 upcoming. Poor Teddy. I think Teddy could have been really great. I really do, if it wasn't for that injury. Second and 11. Drake May running out of time, but he does get away from the pressure. Wide open. Catch down to the 27. Looks like about the 27. And that's going to be Mac Hollins. I was like, Mac Hollins. Not exactly, he's very small, very dainty, not very Mac-like. You think Mac truck. He's big. He's big. I take that back. For a wide receiver, he's big. So 1st and 10 from the 27. Hey, I called the spot right. That's a rarity. Drake May, pump fakes, throws. That's going to be caught. Inbounds is Mac Hollins again, right at the borderline. I don't know why I'm hitting you with the Madonna. It's going to be a weird night tonight. And it's going to be 1st and goal, but there is a flag on the field. We've got a flag. Everybody shut the fuck up because we've got a flag. Two illegal contact penalties on the Jets, so there were 2 separate penalties. Both of them have been declined. 1st and goal, Patriots, but that jumps us up from 1 flag to 3 flags. As you know, we count all flags here on Stay Tuned Sports. Craftsy says 2 penalties. Yes, and you know how we do here. ELS letting us know that, yes, indeed, Matt LaFleur has said that the Packers are going to be sticking with Brandon McManus as their kicker. Irish says, I wanted the Texans to draft Bridgewater, but the damn Vikings jumped one spot ahead of them to take him. Yeah, that's what Hey, listen, that's what happens in the draft sometimes. Sometimes you forget to make your pick altogether, like the Vikings. Handoff on first and goal. Touchdown! Patriots. And just like that, they go from 0-7 to 14-7. The Patriots lead. Trayvon Henderson with his second touchdown of the game. If you have Trayvon Henderson on your fantasy team, congratulations. You're off to a great start in Week 11. Wow, why did I got a glitch there? That thing was glitching. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I said 14-7. It's not 14-7 yet. The extra point has not been kicked. That is my fault for saying that. It is only 13-7. So slow start for the Patriots, but now they're starting to look like the team that we all thought they were supposed to be doing to the Jets here. The Jets had that good first drive, drove all the way down the field, and did look fairly great on that first drive. But then they went 3-and-out on their second drive, and the Patriots, meanwhile, in their two drives, have scored touchdowns. Can the Jets now respond as they trail the New England Patriots here, or will this be the start of the blowout that everybody has expected? We will see. Crafty in the chat says the Jets had 2 penalties and broke coverage on the same play. Only the Jets. JETS just end the season. Question 5 here from ELS as we are now in commercial break. Which New York Jets player, number 41, scored the New York Jets' only touchdown in the 1969 Super Bowl? That would be Super Bowl III, and that was for the 68 season. So it was really the 1968 Super Bowl because, yeah, I hate how when people do that. They get it all wrong. The Super Bowl took place in 1969, but it was for the 68 season. Your options are Emerson Boozer, Paul Rochester, Johnny Sample, and Matt Snell. And I got to tell you, ELS, I think you're doing the thing that you're doing because I do not believe no, it wasn't Matt Snell, I don't think. I believe it was Emerson Boozer. I was Emerson Boozer. And ELS, you're doing the thing where you're putting the answer as the first one. I think Emerson Boozer was the one who scored. And that's why his name is such a legend. And he also had great, other stats as well. He was a Jets legend other than scoring the touchdown in the Super Bowl. But I do believe the answer is Emerson Boozer. Plus, what a great last name. What's up, man? Just a boozer. The first thought would be to go with Snell. But Snell, I think, was 30-something. I think he was 31, 30. What number was Snell? I think Snell was 30-something. And that's what Emerson Boozer was 40. Was it Matt Snell? No shit. I thought it was Boozer scored it. Or did I? I think I might have transposed those. I did, yeah. Emerson Boozer were 32. Snell was where I did the flippy floppy. I did the flippy floppy. Yeah, I'm wrong. I say, like I said, listen, Paul wasn't wrong. I am a dingus. I don't like it when you call me a dingus, but I am a dingus. I mean, I'm freely admit that. I mean, that's how can you deny it? The evidence. The dingus evidence is all over here. I am just covered in dingus berries. I am a dingleberry. Jets going to get a good return. They get it to about the 38-yard line on the kick return. And they're going to have good field position to start. Paul says, I bet Fields throws a pick or on the next drive or takes 2 sacks in a row. That's actually... That doesn't seem. I think it would be out of the question if he does. Like if he leads them down the field to tie the game, I think that would be maybe the more. I don't want to say shocking, but more like, oh wow, like him throwing a pick or a pick six would kind of be like, oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Well, handoff to Breece Hall on first down, and he's going to get a good 4 or 5 yards on that. Second and 5 was indeed a 5-yard gain. Crafty says ELS is playing chess while King is playing 3-card Monty. Please, I'm playing solitaire by myself and I'm losing. Paul says, I have a thick skin. I'm Gen X. You can call me anything, and I'll just smile back at people. I'm 1981, so I'm right on that border between Gen X and millennial, what they call an older millennial, as you could tell by the balding. 2nd and 5. Patriots showing blitz. It gets picked up. Thrown. Caught to the tight end. Good for a yard. Ruckert was the receiver there. So 3rd and 4 from the Jets 44. A lot of 4s. 4 for 4. Which you used to be able to get from Wendy's for a decent meal. Now it's really not available. 6, 33, 32, 31, and 30 remaining here in the second quarter. Clock is running if you're syncing along with us. And if you are, thank you so very much. Hit that like button. Share us around to everybody else so we get more people's eyeballs here. And, of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Justin Fields back. Looks. Big ball throw down the field. Oh, incomplete. He was looking for Mitchell. Had him. It was good coverage, and it just did not connect. I want to see a closer look at this to see if indeed it was close to being caught, or did Mitchell drop it, or was it just not a good pass, or was it good defense? Mitchell had a good move on him. Oh, it looks like he just dropped it. Oh, no, he dropped it. Oh, listen, it was a tough catch over the shoulder. I get it, but you're in the NFL, brother. You are in the NFL. You got to catch that. That would have been a game changer, and that's what makes teams good and makes teams not so good. You got to be able to make that catch, and he did not. Patriots get the ball. They'll have it at their own 15 after the fair catch of the punt. 6:07 remaining right here at Foxboro Stadium it's Gillette Stadium in Foxboro. I'm going to call it Foxboro. Listen. I still occasionally call MetLife Stadium Giant Stadium. What are you going to do? Sue me. Fuck the Jets. Question 6. A linebacker out of Notre Dame. Which player was part of the Boston Patriots 1962 to 1968? From 1962 to 1968, sorry, until traded to Miami for the 1969 season. I think we had this question once. I think we had it for the Dolphins game. Your options are Jim Hunt, Don Webb, Nick Buoniconti, and Ed Phillip. I think it's Buoniconti. Did Buoniconti play for Notre Dame? But I think we had this question before because you were like, what player played for the Boston Patriots for the first part of his career before going to Miami? So if I remember correctly, the answer was Nick Buoniconti on this one. So it just didn't have the college aspect for it. Did Nick Buoniconti play at Notre Dame? He might have. But my answer is Nick Buoniconti anyway. So because I think I do remember that. Did they put the heat on in here? I'm starting to smell the radiator with the ionization of the air. Smell it. Answer was Nick Buoniconti. There you go. ELS says, oh, crap, I think we did enjoy your easy question. I'll take it. I'll take any answer I can, yeah. No, I've seen the Jim Hunt card Also, I think there's a is it a baseball? I think the baseball player of Rusty Kuntz. No, you know who it is? Boston Patriots. It was Dick Felt. That was it, because people use that for Valentine's Day. They say, listen, ladies, I'm not looking for any kind of long-term love. All I want is and then they show the playing card of the Boston Patriot player. And his name is Dick Felt. So there's, just take with that as you will. Great names. Sports have some great names in it. That's one of them. Dick Felt and Rusty Kuntz are two of the best sports names you'll ever have. And listen, don't yell at me, YouTube. Don't get mad at me. That's the name of the guy. That's the guy, Kuntz. So he's also probably Jewish. So actually, YouTube, if you get upset at me, then you're being anti-Semitic. How dare you? How dare you, YouTube? 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Patriots after a 5-yard gain there on first down. Drake May's under center. Looks, throws. It's going to be a first down. They're going to call him down at the 27.5-yard line. Nick Buonacani got that real gabagool name, you know what I'm saying? Buonacani? Yeah, he knows a couple guys. Make him sleep with the fishes. Good fishing this time of year in Wisconsin. Yeah, no, I know that too. As Elias was saying, Nick Buonacani from Wisconsin. So on 1st and 10, maybe 6 inches gained there by Trayvon Henderson. 2nd and a very long 9, which is what I usually put on my Tinder profile. Listen, if 215 girls can sit there and say that they're 130, I could say I got a long 9. What are you going to do? Nobody tells the truth these days. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Drake May is going to be another handoff to Henderson, and it's going to be another gain of no yards. 3rd and 9 coming up. Third and 8, 3:36 remaining. Drake May, he takes the snap. He has all the time in the world. Throws deep over the middle and drops the pass. Oh, no. It was Diggs, and Diggs is on the ground. He's hurt. And there's a flag thrown now, too. It was holding on the Patriots. Penalties declined. 4th and... They're going to say 8. I thought it was 9 before. I didn't think it was any gain of yardage, but apparently they did give him one. So penalty declined, but the flag was thrown, so that's up to 4 flags already. Oh, and Diggs has got to catch that. Maybe he felt the hit coming. I don't know. You got hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. You got to catch that ball. Yeah, it's a shame I'm not going to be able to be here for the Thanksgiving games. I'd love to be here for them. We got a flag on the punt here. Holding on the Jets on the kick. Going to be a 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. That's going to put them back where? At their 21-yard line, and that's where the Jets will have their, what is this going to be, their 4th drive now of the game. And that puts our flags up to 5. Paul in the chat says Diggs is very injury prone, as we know he is, and he does drop some passes too. Question 7, which U.S. state consumes the most turkey every single Thanksgiving? That's actually a very good question. you'd sit there and think maybe you're Californians with large populations, but you also have a large population of vegan hippie assholes there. So I don't want to eat anything that has a shadow, man. You're a murderer if you eat the blade of grass. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll be that. Then you think of the other ones. You think of New York. You think of Ohio. You think of Florida, Texas. They would deep fry and barbecue them birds pretty well. You'd think somewhere the South, I think, is always going to be open for that too. Turkey's good. Turkey, everybody likes that turkey. See, that's the thing. When we think of Thanksgiving, we have a northern thought of it because of just kind of the imagery that is around Thanksgiving and the holiday season: snow, fall, pumpkin pie, oranges, red, brown hues of the trees and the leaves and things like that. But a lot of the places that in this very large, beautiful land of ours, I think it's going to end up being like a southern or like a Midwest state. I'm actually gonna say I'm gonna go with Texas because I don't know why, it just feels like something's big. Give it to Texas and then we'll see where it goes from there. Could be Ohio, could be New York. It really could be New York. Could be New Jersey, could be any number of things, but well, Crafty, stop. Pecan in the chat. Great to see Pecan. He guesses Pennsylvania. Crafty guessed Texas. Irish guesses New York. Paul says, indeed, California. He goes with California. And the answer is, hey, Paul is right. California is the answer. By the way, what do we have here as far as first down? The Jets and Breece Hall run it towards the left, good for a good 5 yards. And by the way, yeah, that penalty, I don't know why they said it was at the 21, but it was at the 7-yard line. It was actually inside the 10-yard line for the Jets. 2nd and 5, though, now from the 12. Fuck California. Not unless you're from California. If you're from California and watching, thank you so much for watching. From California. Gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Yeah, they might give him 3 yards. They did give him 3 yards. 3rd and 2 coming up here. Breece Hall with the run for. Now again, I'm the only reason I'm really saying fuck California is because I got East Coast bias. I mean, I'm an East Coast. I'm not only am I East Coast, but I'm like Northeast. So like I'm East Coast bias, but I'm also Northern bias. So I have a Northeast Coast bias. Like once you get below the Mason-Dixon, I don't care about you either. It's like North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. You can kick rocks. I don't give a shit. Third and 2 coming in for the Jets, and that's going to be the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning we've hit at Gillette in the first half. The Jets 7, the Patriots 14. Jets looking to keep this drive going on their own 15-yard line with a 3rd and 2 upcoming. We'll see what happens after this commercial break because, of course, you got to fit the commercials in here. But without the commercials, we wouldn't have time for the trivia questions. And so ELS gives us question number 8. Which U.S. state consumes the least turkey every single Thanksgiving? It's either going to be one or two places. And I got to tell you, I would think Alaska, but I'm actually going to say Hawaii because I think the importation of turkeys would probably be a lot of money. And also, I think them motherfuckers love Spam. God bless them, too, because I love Spam, too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm part Hawaiian. I don't know. But part of me feels like they do like a Thanksgiving Spam, maybe. If they do something like that, it feels like that. That's something that would happen. So I'll go with I think that's a fairly obvious answer too. It's probably going to be something more like Arizona or something like that. But and I know everybody's there going for the lower state. I wonder if the numbers though are per capita. It's like it says lowest amount of What state consumes the least turkey every Thanksgiving? I wonder if the stats are doing it by, per capita of who eats the most or who eats the least, or if that would change the numbers anyway. I wonder. I don't know. But I'll say Hawaii because it is fairly populated, but I don't think a lot of people there eat turkey for Thanksgiving. I just don't. So I think, again, Wyoming with its very low numbers. Wyoming's got about the population of Bayonne, New Jersey. Yes, no, Hawaiian pizza was made in, I believe, Ontario, Canada. Somewhere up there near Toronto or one of the satellite cities around there. But yeah, I think the Hawaiian pizza was made in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which just goes to show you Canada has always been an abomination towards nature, and we should go ahead and hate that country as much as we can. Thank you, Dodgers. Thank you. ELS says the answer is Alaska. I figured it was one of two. I figured it was either Alaska or Hawaii. Both probably for transportation costs. And you can't really farm turkeys up in Alaska, considering, not great farming up there in most of the places in Alaska. Also, hey, the polar bears, they'll get there. They'll get your turkeys. Crafty says Hawaiians just aren't thankful. They are thankful for Spam. And God bless them. God bless them, because I am too. I love me some Spam. If I could, I'd eat Spam for Thanksgiving too. I'd have a Spam-covered turkey. Oh, that's an idea. That's an idea. Spam turkey. Fields throws behind Mitchell. Mitchell almost makes the catch on what was a terrible throw from Fields, but it falls incomplete. 4th and 2. Jets will have to punt from their own 15. But that's the thing too. Like milk in Alaska and Hawaii is like astronomically high because of the costs, the importation costs, and trying to get stuff there. Like a gallon of milk is like $12 fucking. I'm exaggerating, but it's like that. It's not great. It's not great. But you do get that oil stipend if you move to Alaska. So plus it's cold. The only thing is really, the polar bears, I suppose, like that wildlife photographer up there the other day. I see him on my camera, but they're far away. I think I'm fine. Then they found them ripped to shreds by polar bears the next day. Not great. Not great. Pecan says, I hear Jameis Winston will start for Dart. Is out. Yes, Dart is going to be out in concussion protocol. So Jameis Winston will be starting for the New York Football Giants. So I am excited to see that. Let's see here. LeBron Curry in the chat. Great to see you, LeBron Curry. Thank you for joining us here at Stay Tuned Sports. First and 10. We got whistles before the play is snapped, though. What do we got here? Flag on the Jets. Too many men in formation. Too many men. A flag you could throw on Bonnie Blue as well. Paul says, what did John Madden eat every Thanksgiving after each game? He also awarded some of it. Yeah, the turducken, man. Love the turducken. I do want to try a turducken one day. That is a goal. That's a life goal. King, that's sad. Your life goal is just to eat a turducken? It's not the life goal, but it is a life goal. Sure, absolutely. Trayvon Henderson gets a yard on first and 5. Sorry, now it's 2nd and 4. No, Diggs is not out. He is in the huddle there, Irish, so he is on the field. I think it's a guy in Louisiana who makes it. That's the one that Madden went to, was a guy down there in Louisiana who did the turducken. Looks, throws. Oh! Almost intercepted. 3rd and 4 upcoming, but we have a flag down. Holding on the Patriots. That's going to make it 2nd and 15, or 2nd and 14, as it was 2nd and 4. So 10-yard penalty. Low pass there by Drake May on 2nd and 14. It is completed and good enough for 8 yards, 3rd and 6 from their own 45-yard line. Clock is ticking. 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Drake May. Oh, and he gets a huge sack. Drake May was looking for a pass downfield, but the Jets blitzed, and they got him.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Oh, they called a flag on the Jets for illegal contact down the field. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down, so it erases the sack and keeps fucking believable. That's such a bad call. I'm not even a Jets fan, and that's a bad call. Fuck the ref shirts available right now over at the Stay Tuned Sports merch store. Big pass down the field, knocked off, incomplete, 2nd and 10, but wow. Unbelievable. Fuck the ref shirts available. bit.ly/staytunedmerch. bit.ly/staytunedmerch. Link is in the top of the chat or in the description below this video. Hoodies and t-shirts available. And boy, if you're a Jets fan, you're looking to get that right about now. Unbelievable. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Patriots from the 50. Jets have an injury on the field, so it's going to take a timeout away from the Jets. Unbelievable. Paul in the chat says 2 bad calls against the Jets I've counted so far. Yeah, 2 like rather bad ones. I don't get that call. In that situation, I don't see how you call that one. But I mean, it is what it is. ELS in the chat. Question number 9: who was the first Jets coach when the Titans became the Jets? That wasn't Weeb. I don't think they got Weeb yet. I think Weeb came a little bit later. But I don't know any other Jets coaches, so I'll say Weeb Eubank because I don't know. Because I just don't know. Irish says, can we at least have multiple choice? That was literally decades ago. I'll say Weeb Eubank because that's the only Jets coach I know from that time period. Crafty says the ball came down directly in the hands of two Jet defenders, and still neither of them. I did notice that too. It was like they really had the ability to catch that ball, and neither one of them did it. Buzz Killington. Yes, indeed. 2nd and 10. Drake May steps back, looks. He's just going to dump this forward for a gain of 11 yards. Trayvon Henderson gets the first down. It's going to be right at the Jets' 40-yard line. Patriots take their first timeout with 13 seconds remaining. Paul says, Harry Toole. Has to be him. And it was Weeb Eubank. No shit. Look at me. I wasn't sure if he came in as they became the Jets or if it was a little bit after. Because that was it. They were the Titans for the first 2 years. And then the third year, Leon Hess bought them out. They moved to Shea, which Shea was just opening. So they moved from the Polo Grounds to Shea. And to match the name of the new Mets team that was going to be there, well, that was there that they were sharing a Polo Grounds with anyway. And because they were right next to LaGuardia, they decided to go with the name Jets, and they went white and green because that was the Hess Gas Company colors. First down for Diggs, gain of 11, 8 seconds remaining, and the Patriots are going to call their second timeout. That's going to be down at about the 29-yard line. Ow. To give him one more second on the clock, 9 seconds remaining. No, Crafty, that's every Jets coach since Weeb Eubank. Crafty says the first Jets coach was the fuck I got myself into. Must be a Hawaiian name. Irish says it's crazy to say, but that's the thing. The Jets have been to a couple of AFC Championship games since then. They've had moments. They always seem to get snake bit. 3 seconds remaining. Patriots go for a run. It's about a yard gain. 2nd and 8. They give him 2 yards there from the 26. So the Patriots are going to trot out field goal unit as they take their final timeout with the 3 seconds remaining. What was it? 83. I want to say 83, 84. They were in an AFC Championship game against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins left the field uncovered the night before where there was super, super heavy rain, and it made the Orange Bowl field just a bowl of mud, and the Jets had fast, quick, dynamic players, and with the field being what it was, it neutralized the Jets' offensive attack. They weren't able to do anything, and Miami won, I think, 7-3 or 10-3, some nonsense score like that, and they went to go on to play the Redskins in the Super Bowl, which I think they got shellacked in. So there was that. Jets take their final timeout and trying to ice the kicker. Then it was, 99? They were in an AFC Championship game against the Broncos and were leading at the half against John Elway and the defending champion Broncos, and just let the game get away from them. And that was with Parcells. Then they had the back-to-back AFC Championship games in, 2008, 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. Those 2 years with Rex Ryan, and were unable to punch it through. Kick is up, and that is going to be no good, wide right. And so the half ends 14-7. Patriots do get the ball first in the second half, however. So there is that. Paul in chat says, no BS, my high school janitor's name was Harry Toole. My senior year, I don't know what that, yeah, okay. Paul decided to change that. I was trying to read, I was like, I don't understand what that says. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. Question 10. In Super Bowl 20 versus the Chicago Bears, which Patriot scored their only touchdown of the game? I think you gave us this answer a while ago. The answers are Lynn Dawson, who was a tight end, Irving Fryer, the wide receiver. Was it Tony Eason, the quarterback, or was it Craig James, the fullback? I think, if I'm going to be honest, I think I remember it was, if I remember my NFL films correctly, which I may not because I'm 44 years old and I'm dumb. I think, didn't Tony Eason do a quarterback sneak into the end zone? Like, didn't he do a quarterback draw and score? I'll say Eason. It probably could be Craig James too, but I'll say Tony Eason. That was a good-looking Super Bowl. The Patriot uniforms are nice. They just are. There's nothing I can say else. Nothing else I can say about it. They're good-looking uniforms. Oh, you got to no. I'm sorry, Crafty. Sanchez is not on that list. Sanchez is no. Namath clearly, obviously. Testaverde, Ken O'Brien, I would put above Sanchez. Kevin Todd, was it Kevin Todd? He was. I think he was even better. I think he was better than Sanchez. Sanchez was not that great. Was not that great. I think Eason got benched once it was like such a blowout, and then they benched him anyway. And who was the back? Was it Gogan was the backup? I can't even remember. ELO says the answer was indeed Irving Fryer. There you go, old Irving Fryer. He got the only Super Bowl touchdown for the Patriots up until that point. Crafty says Sanchez went to 2 AFC championships. Yeah, but he wasn't good. The Jets went to 2 AFC championship games because of that defense. Sanchez was good as a game manager in those 2 seasons, yeah, and then you saw what happened after those years, after those seasons. He became not that good. Yeah, that's Irish says it was the Jets defense that carried the Jets and Sanchez there. The old Sanchez into those AFC championship games, 1,000%. That was not Mark Sanchez leading the Jets to victory. Let's be honest. Let's all be honest with each other. I think this is a safe space. I think we can all be honest with each other here. I still love those Patriot uniforms, though. They should wear those or some variation of those, some reimagined version of those. To this day, great uniforms. That red jersey, the white helmets with the stripes on it. Good old Pat hiking the football. Like, come on, Flying Elvis. The problem is they won so many Super Bowls with Flying Elvis. Flying Elvis is never going anywhere. Elvis is the Elvis one is never going anywhere. So that, unfortunately, is what it is. Is Gottlieb still your coach up there? ELS in the chat saying, well, University of Green Bay Phoenix going to be terrible this year. They're losing to St. Thomas of Minnesota by the score of 75-50. Currently in the second half. That's what I got to ask. You guys still got Gottlieb? Is it Gottlieb still your coach? Oof, that's rough. That's rough. Irish in the chat says, I think Testaverde is the Jets' best quarterback ever. I mean, Namath is going to get the default because he won the Super Bowl. And he was a good – like people say, oh, look at his stats. He's not that great. Well, the stats are what his stats are because he was injured. And he's also playing his 60s. But he had a quick release, probably one of the quickest releases in the NFL, especially at that time. He made great decisions. Like, Namath was a great quarterback. So let us not just discredit Namath. But in having grown up during that Testaverde era there with the Jets, Vinny and the Jets, they used to run that commercial on CBS all the time. Vinny Testaverde had a career renaissance with the Jets. And I'll never forget, after that AFC Championship game with the Broncos and where they lost, and boy, Jet fans went into the next season, year 2000, such high hopes. They were like, boy, it was electric in Jetsville. Everybody was excited. Boy, this is the year. This is the next step. We're going to finally get over that hump. And I think it was 3 or 4 plays into the season, and Testaverde ruptured his Achilles. And that was it. They ended up going with like Tom Tupa, the punter, was the quarterback for a while. And Tom Tupa didn't do bad. He did not do bad as quarterback. But yeah, that was a bad year for a year that was coming off of that. Just barely lost to the Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Then what happened, and that's why I think many Jet fans think they are cursed. That there was a deal with Satan made with Joe Namath, and that the Jets aren't going to do anything until Namath exits his this mortal coil, and his soul is reclaimed by the Dark Lord Lucifer himself. So I don't know. ELS in the chat says Doug Gottlieb can kiss my ass. I wanted him fired after the team lost to Division II Michigan Tech in college basketball, but he's there. Crafty says Namath began his career with a bum leg and still did as great as he did. That's what I mean. That was why he did that, what was it? Was it the legs pantyhose commercial? Where it's like, if these can make my legs look good, imagine what they'll do for yours. And because he had all the scars and the bad, the surgeries on his fucking legs. But that was why he did that commercial, because, I was like, hey, it makes it work. So, yeah, he was not good. He was in pain almost all the time out there, and still had the career that he did. Irish says, yeah, no, that was the thing, is the Aaron Rodgers injury was Jet fans go into the season, had high hopes. It's like, Aaron Rodgers, we got a great defense, we got Aaron Rodgers, we got Breece Hall, we've got Garrett Wilson, offensive rookie of the year, we have a defensive rookie of the year. It's gonna be so great. 4 plays into the year, it's over. It's like, this is Vinny all over again. This is the whole Vinny thing all over again. All right, let me grab a cup of coffee here. Cup of coffee. I'll be right back here as we're preparing for the second half. The Jets trailing the Patriots 14-7. Patriots get the ball first in the second half. Will they start blowing this open? Will the Jets defense keep them in the game? Can Justin Fields, for the love of God, complete a pass? We'll find out. Hey, look at that. Back just in time. Woo! Fresh cup of coffee, cream rises to the top. Ooh, yeah. Kick off for the Patriots. They get it to the 25, to the 30, out at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Patriots will start the second half. Thank you for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. My name is King, watching along here on Thursday Night Football as the Jets and the Patriots clash at Gillette Stadium. The Jets currently trailing the Patriots 14-7. If you want to join us in the chat, it is open and willing to take you inside, baby. Of course, we are. The community is ready. Come in, say hi, say hello, say how you doing, participate in ELS and his Thursday night primetime football trivia, as he does every single primetime game here on Stay Tuned Sports. 1st and 10, throw out to Diggs. That's going to be good for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, upcoming here for the Patriots. ELS screams coffee, and that is indeed what I have. It's how I got a little bit of the jolt here that you're seeing, because I do love me some coffee, cup of coffee. If you'd like to, please help us out here. There's a couple of free ways you can do that. You hit that like button. That's fantastic. Bang. Hit that. Rocks. We love you for it. Thank you for your support. You want to share us around to other people so they can see us, know that we exist, and maybe they'll even like my fat ass and my weird commentary on football. You go ahead and hit that share button. And, of course, there is always the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to us yet. Underthrown ball. Williams, the intended receiver. Incomplete. 3rd and 7 upcoming. And, of course, that's it. If you are here for the first time and have not yet subscribed to us, or if this is your 50th time here and you haven't subscribed to us, today could be that day. Hit that subscribe button. Help you boys out here. Now, again, because we're not monetized, because we haven't hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, which is why we ask you to subscribe. We can't do super chats. We can't do membership. We can't do anything like that. So if you want to help us out a little bit more directly, you can do so. We have a link for our donation station and our merch store in the top of the chat and in the description below this video. 3rd and 7. Diggs is going to catch that, and it's going to be short of the first down mark by about half a yard. And the Patriots are going to go for it. It is 4th and 1 on their own 43-yard line. If the Jets defense can hold them here, this would be quite the start to the second half. What are they reviewing? Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Because when he landed, it moved. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. 4th and 7 for the Patriots, and they're going to have to punt. So the Jets defense not having to worry about a 4th and 1. It's 4th and 7, and the Patriots are going to have to punt from their own 37-yard line. Oh. Expedited review. More of that, please. Jets get the kick at about the 14-yard line, return it to the 30, to the 32, and that is where they will start their first drive of the second half. So the Patriots 3 and out on their first drive of the second half. Jets defense does what they need to do. Now, can the Jets offense do what they need to do? They did well in the first drive. The first drive, they looked like a real football team. Let's see if they can go ahead and recreate that. Crafty says, my favorite coffee is the one with Pam Grier. You dirty boy. Oh, Crafty, you dirty boy. I think that coffee has a Y in it, though. I think that's Coffeey or Coffey. I think. Pam Grier is coffee. She doesn't take no guff from no brothers. She's a soul sister who's gonna blow a hole in your chest. 2nd and 3. The Jets get a first down. What flavors are what is that from? Is that that Aldi's thing? ELS that you keep on telling? Is that what you that Aldi's thing you keep on telling me about? First and 10, keeper for Fields. He's going to get to the 50. He's going to get a first down to the 45-yard line, and then he falls out of bounds, but pops right back up. So the Jets, first and 10. 2 first downs already on this drive. Oh, that's the coffee advent calendar? Okay. I'll take a look at that during the commercial. That's not bad. I mean, they all look good. They all look good. So, 12:33 and counting here in the third quarter. Jets first and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Patriots. Justin Fields, play action to Breece Hall, looking to throws it to nobody. And then he gets slammed to the ground. They're going to throw a flag for intentional grounding. So, loss of down, spot of the foul, all that other fine, fun stuff that you hear. That's the 8th flag of the game. Justin Fields does indeed only have 4 completions. Justin Fields, 4 for 8 for 23 yards. Drake May, however, 15 of 19 for a $143. So they're not really trusting Justin Fields to throw the ball, as you might understand. As you might feel. No sacks yet. The Jets did have a sack, but then it was taken away by a very, very questionable illegal contact call. So 2nd and 20 here for the Jets. Going to be a handoff to Breece Hall, and he's going to get 4 or 5 yards there. So 3rd and 15. Now from the Jets' 49-yard line. Jets got to get a lot of yardage. That usually doesn't mean good things for the Jets, Patriots defense looking to get a good stop here after the Jets had 2 first downs already on this particular drive, but right now not looking very good. They got to get to the 36-yard line of the Patriots to the Jets. They are currently on their own 49. Fields takes the snap. Does a little screen dump down pass. The Jets get to the Patriots 49, gain of 2.5 yards. Oh, and we got a flag. Late flag coming in here. What is this? They're saying after the play was over, unnecessary roughness on the Jets. 15 yards, 4th down, and forever. All right, just do whatever. ELS, it's trivia night. You do the trivia that we, whatever you do. The trivia night usually breaks down anyway, so. We usually have a pretty fun on, trivia night. Just trivia night goes how trivia night goes, baby. So now it's going to be 4th and 20. What? 28? Fuck me. 4th and 28 from the Jets' own 36-yard line. They were in Patriots territory and doing so well, and now they are facing a 4th and 28, and they got a punt from halfway inside their own territory. Snap, hold, kick is up. Fair catch at the 31-yard line for the Patriots. I know I said that more like a field goal than a punt, but I don't give a shit. So there we go. ELS a little quick on the trigger there with the trivia, but we are hitting into the commercial break. Patriots have first and 10 from their own 31. 11-16 remaining here in the third quarter. Patriots 14, Jets 7. ELS has question number 11. Which U.S. state has the most turkeys in it? Well, we know Illinois has the most pumpkins in it. So what state has the most turkeys? What state has the most turkeys? Is it California again? Is it Illinois? Is it a state that maybe we're not thinking about? Is it maybe one of the Carolinas? Could be. I'll say North Carolina because, I don't know, it feels like North Carolina has a lot of turkeys. I don't know why. It just does. Crafty says, ELS, answer's got to be California because Hollywood produces multiple turkeys a year. ELS, king of the dad jokes in the chat. This is why you got to join us in the chat, man. This is why you got to join us in the chat. We got our fun guys in there. Couple of moldy oldies because they're pretty fun guys. Irish says Kentucky. That's going to be his answer for which U.S. state has the most turkeys residing inside there, just gobbling around. I've known a couple gobblers in my day. And I also have known a couple of turkeys. ELS has provided us so generously with the answer. And the answer is, believe it or not, Minnesota. Minnesota is the U.S. state with the most turkeys. Wow. That is incredible. Way to go, Minnesota. Feels like they're going to have the most goats soon as well. But for right now, they do have the most turkeys. Looking around on Twitter, see if there's anything that I missed. Nothing quite as of yet. Let's see, what do we got here? First and 10, throw, caught! Mac Hollins with the reception all the way up at the 48-yard line. First and 10. Patriots. That's what, an 18-yard gain on that particular play from the 31 to the 48? 17-yard gain. There you go. Math. Math. Math works, ladies and gentlemen. Math does indeed work. Handoff here, first and 10. Gets it to the 50. Does Trayvon Henderson. So 2 yards. Second and 8. Crafty says the receiver saved that from being a overthrow. I mean, it was a overthrow. He just climbed the ladder to get it, did Matt Collins. Good thing he's a rather long specimen of a man. Take that however you wish, which I'm sure a lot of women do. But very tall. He's a very tall man who was able to go up and grab that ball. So, second and 8 from the 50, directly at midfield, right from Pat the Patriot. Well, that's the Flying Elvis. Pat ain't there. Jets getting pressure on May. He escapes, looks, throws down the field. Diggs has it. First down. Patriots down at the Jets' 29-yard line. By the way, people are already discussing whether or not that first Patriots touchdown with the Patriots pushing Trayvon Henderson into the end zone, under the new rules that people want to put in for the tush push, that's going to be a first down pass to Diggs on first and 10 as he gets it down to the 11. First and 10. Nearly first and goal, but just short of the 10-yard line. So first and 10 from the 11 for the Patriots, as it looks like they're about to take a 2-touchdown lead here on the New York Jets. Patriots have 199 passing yards. The Jets have 25. That just tells you all you need to know about this game. Pitch out to Henderson. He's going to run it down to the 7-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain. Second and 5. Actually, they're going to say down to the 6. I only think he got down to 7. But what does my old ass eyes know anyway? I got terrible Coke bottle glasses, and even they're not strong enough. I got that old stigmatism there. ELS wants another Henderson touchdown. Crafty says another score here might as well be the dagger. I mean, yeah, it is the Jets. They have 25 yards passing. Drake May floats, caught. Henderson in the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. And you might be able to go ahead and put a nice little tied bow on this one. 6 plays, 3 minutes and 30 seconds of possession, and they went 69 yards. Nice. Snap, hold, kick is, wow, boy, that was a little bit of a fucking knuckler. The old fucker knuckler. But it goes through, and that's all that really matters. Close enough for government work, as they say, and that gives the Patriots a full 2-touchdown lead, 21-7, over the New York Football Jetropolitans. Crafty in the chat says, that's game. And that just may be the way these Jets, unfortunately, the offense is played. The defense has actually not played terrible. The offense has shown signs of being able to move the ball, but then they really get behind the sticks, and then they can't move it. It's just, they're giving it a valiant effort. I will give the Jets this. They are giving it a valiant effort. And this game has already been better than watching the fucking Broncos and Raiders last week. It is. So, question 12. Which Friends character said they hate Thanksgiving? That would be a perfect question for Pepper Jack. Because I don't know. I think I only watched like the first season or two of Friends, like when it actually came out in the 90s. I was alive, everybody. It happened. And then I kind of stopped watching. I got in my teenage, anti-establishment phase, and I was just like, I'm not going to watch mainstream entertainment, man. This stuff is boring, man. These jokes are lame, man. I'm just going to sit in my room and watch Mystery Science Theater and laugh at esoteric jokes all the time, man. Which I still do to this day. Don't get me wrong. I love Mystery Science Theater. So, but yeah, Pepper Jack would know that. Chandler or Monica, I don't know. Was it who was the one that Nips McGee played? Aniston, Rachel. That was Ross and Rachel. There was all that and shit. ELS is calling for Pepper Jack to come into the chat so she can answer the question. I don't know. She's watching Gilmore Girls right now, so she's into her. Listen, it's fall, starting to get cold out. This is every woman in the world starts gravitating towards This is Gilmore's time. This is where everybody starts going to Stars Hollow, or as I call it, Swallower's Knob. There's a Friends question in trivia, and they want to know what your answer is. The question is, question 12 was, which Friends character said they hate Thanksgiving? And I figured you'd know, because you're a friendy there, but. Wow, Pepper Jack doesn't even know. I took a guess and just said Rachel. We got somebody here said Chandler. Somebody else said Monica. We got another Rachel in there. So we got two Rachels, Monica, and maybe a Chandler. I don't know who's Crafty. Crafty, you got to pick one. Touchback on the kickoff. And the Jets will get it at the 35. And the answer is Chandler. Chandler was the particular friend that did not like Thanksgiving. That is a piece of trivia that I will never need to know again. Until the next prime, maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see. God, that's good coffee. Gratty says my first guess was Monica. I don't know. Like I get it. It seems like it would have been them. For some reason, I seem to remember it maybe being like Rachel or something like that, but I think I just was thinking about her boobs. 1st and 10, Justin Fields gets hit as he throws. It's going to be caught. Taylor with the reception. No, not that Taylor. Although I did say Taylor, so we get to see her. I've missed you, Taylor. Where you been, baby? Woo. Okay, she's gone. Oof. Fields took quite the hit there. ELS says that Crafty is leading in the trivia. Like, honestly, this is like whose line is it anyway? Like, the points don't matter. Throws over the middle. It's going to be Taylor again, and he's going to get it down to the 48-yard line of the Patriots. 1st and 10 for the Jets. Jets. So Justin Fields has completed a couple of passes here. Now it's going to be a designed run, and he's going to get 6 yards on that particular carry. Gets it down to the 42. Actually, they give him 7 yards down to the 42. So 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Jets. Fields trying to get the Jets back into this game. Jets down 2 touchdowns right now, 21-7. They get a score here. They're right back into this game, folks. 6:14 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Fields throws out of the backfield. It's going to be caught for a first down, gain of 4 for the Jets. Jets. John Mechie, the receiver. Crafty says everyone in the chat should say the name Taylor as frequently as possible, so we have to see as little of King's face as possible. Or do you just want to stare at Taylor's fucking thighs and hips again? You can be honest. You can be honest with me. This is a safe space. This is a safe space, Crafty. 1st and 10. Fields takes the snap, rolls out to his left, looks, throws. It's going to be caught by Hall out of the backfield. Moving the ball rather well on this drive are the Jets. 5:08 and counting here in the third quarter. 2nd and 2 from the 29. Crafty says our scores look like Justin Fields' passing stats. Crafty is leading the scores currently at 0. Pecan's at -2. Paul's at -4. I have -5, and Irish is at -7. So yeah, we're just killing it. We are Justin Fields in the trivia tonight. Going to be a handoff to Hall, and Hall's going to get through just past 2 yards, and he gets the 3 yards down to the 26, and it's going to be a first down for the Jets. So they move the chains again. Drake May looks like a sad child who didn't get what he wanted for Christmas there on the bench. It's weird. It's a weird look. I do like these Patriot uniforms. I really do. Again, you get just a little bit of red in there and a full pant stripe on it. Yeah, you're talking about that's a good primary. Handoff here on an end around for the Jets. Yeah, they get 3 or 4 yards out of that. It looks like the referees are going to go side more on the 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the New England 22. You know what that means. Yeah, we made the reference. She pops up. That's what we do here. That's what I do here because I love Taylor Swift. How could you like Taylor Swift? She's bad for football and everything else. Her music sucks. She's terrible. I like her music. I think she's all right. She's done great things for football. And, I mean, Jesus Christ, look at her, dude. What is fucking wrong with you? You don't like her. Like, seriously. You got to do a lot of internal soul searching. You don't like her. You don't like that? There's a problem with you. There's a problem with you. So here's the Jets, 2nd and 6. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Mitchell. Was Fields. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 now. 3:17 remaining in the third quarter. Crafty says, did Williams just run into his own guy? Probably. That was actually a very good throw. Again, that's the second drop that Mitchell's had in this game so far. Now, I know he's brand new to the Jets, but, man, fucking come on. You got to catch these balls. That was actually a perfect spiral, tight spiral, on the dot throw there from Fields. You don't get a lot of those. You can't, those are rarities. You can't drop them. 3rd and 6. Fields looks, throws. Wide open! Mechie, they just forgot to cover him? I don't know what the hell happened there. But a touchdown for the Jets. Jets. And they are an extra point away from trailing this game only by a touchdown. Unbelievable. The New York Jets are not out of this game yet, as much as Crafty had said they were. As much as I said, I don't know. It seems like it might be hard for them the way they've been playing. But Justin Fields, fairly efficient on that drive. And, boy, again, Jets really snuck it in there with that extra point. But it is good. So the Jets go from 13 to 14. And that is now a 21-14 game. Just a touchdown game again between these division rivals, the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Got a good Thursday one. Again, anything's better than the Broncos and Raiders. That's for goddamn sure. Chip in the chat. He says, "Good job, Jets." I was going to say, Chip, this is already a far more entertaining primetime game than any of the 3 that we had last week. Broncos Raiders was, hard to watch. Steelers Chargers, boring as shit. Was literally one of the most boring games I've ever watched. And Eagles and Packers, I guess there was maybe a little more excitement in the back and forth, but again, unable to finish drives, bad execution, and neither team played a full 60 minutes as we were wondering, boy, the team who plays a full 60 is going to come out the winner. Well, the Eagles won, but still nobody played a full 60, and just a boring-ass 10-7 game. So at least we're getting better than that, and who would have thought Patriots and Jets would have given you a better game than Eagles and Packers. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports. Again, I'm your boy King, as we're watching the Patriots and Jets here on Thursday Night Football. Like any part of this broadcast, please hit that like button. It helps us out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. The outer gods, the eldritch lords that we have to worship here at YouTube to hopefully do well. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get recommended on the recommended channel. Maybe we won't. We'll see what the views are like at the end of this particular stream. We haven't had any bots, which makes me feel like we're not on anybody's radar right now. So the more bots we get usually means the more on the radar we are. So we'll see. But thank you so much for joining us. Yes, if you can hit that like button, that's tremendously helpful for us. If you can hit that share button, share us around to your friends, family, neighbors, your dogs. I don't care. Anybody. Just let the world know that we actually do exist. That would be fantastic. Thank you so very much. And, of course, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously as we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers to hopefully go ahead and be monetized here on this wonderful platform known as YouTube. Please don't murder me, YouTube Eldritch Gods. Chip says, we've had no clankers in here yet. No clankers in here yet. So that's, again, it's like, oh, yeah, well, right, that's good. No robots in here. But then also, it's also like, that means we're not getting recommended by YouTube on any of the pages or anything. So we'll see what the viewership's like. We'll see what it's like. It's probably not great. Question 13 in the chat here on Thursday Night Football Trivia from ELS. True or false, the first pumpkin pies were made in England? False. They were made in France. I watched Tasting History with Max Miller. Patriots are going to get the ball at the 28-yard line after the return there. So 1st and 10 for the Pats. 3:06 remaining. Pardon me. I've had a bit of a cough today. It's a weird thing. I don't know. Hopefully it's not pneumonia. Hopefully this isn't like, a Jim Henson thing where it's like, I got a cough, but I'm fine. I'm fucking dead in 48 hours. I'm certainly hoping that's not the case. For now, I feel okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel after the post-game hot dogs here. 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a first down for Stevenson. Well, we got a flag. We got a flag down. We have a flag, and that's going to be flag number 10 on the night. Holding on the Patriots. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. His answer is true. No, did I say Stevenson? I meant Trayvon Henderson. That's who I meant. Yeah, I said the wrong one, Irish. Thank you for calling me out. Stevenson is injured. He is not playing. Oh! May just throws deep to nobody in for... What the fuck was that? Bo Nix was proud of that particular throw as that overthrew everybody. Incomplete, 2nd and 20. Second and 20 here. Drake May throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. Hunter Henry gets that one. It's going to be a decent gain. Still going to be 3rd and long coming up here, about 3rd and 10. So a 10-yard gain. They're back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 upcoming. I might, yeah, because actually I've seen a couple different things, and I guess it depends on what you're asking. Like the first modern pumpkin pie was made in the U.S. Are you talking about what the first pie that had something called pumpkin in it? That might be England, but the first pie that was called like a pumpkin pie or whatever, the French have a different name for it too. But the first one to have an American pumpkin gourd from the Americas was, I believe, made in France. Throws 11-yard. No, he never touched him. I don't think he touched him. Douglas with the catch. He caught it over the first down marker, fell down, and I don't think the Jet player ever touched him. So he got back up and ran. Let's see, do they mark him down or not? No, they're going to say he got up and ran to the Jets' 46-yard line. The Jets, what a dumb, just, he looks, does he touch him? Now you got to see, did he touch him? No, he didn't. He did not touch his back at all. He just went to reach out, didn't touch him, and then just kept on running, pretending like he did. Duh, what a... God, the Jets. Yeah, he just slipped, didn't get touched, and a Jet player just ran right by him and was like, he tried to reach, and then pretended that he touched him. Like, that's not good enough. It was made in France. Oh, look at that. Oh, I feel good. Thank you very much. I just saw the episode with Max Miller with Tasting History. So that's the reason why I felt very confident about that particular question. But again, I could always be wrong, and he could be wrong. Facts are very nebulous things. They're very stubborn things, but sometimes they can be nebulous when you're talking about what was the origin of who, what, where, why, when. So it's very interesting there. Demario Douglas there with the catch again. 3rd and 5 upcoming here. And that appears to be the last play of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. As we do here all the time, as you've seen players on the sidelines do, after the third quarter ends, you'll see everybody, all the players, coaches, staff, water boys, everybody, cheerleaders even. They'll be on the sidelines and they'll throw up the 4. The 4 fingers. Are they part of the 4 horsemen? Nay, nay, although that would be cool. Woo! No, it's the 4 fingers for the 4 quarters, because we do all 4 quarters here. The players dedicate themselves and they say they play all 4 quarters. You show up for all 4 quarters. You give 110% for all 4 quarters, and that's the same thing we do here on Stay Tuned Sports when we watch along with you. Whether the games are good or bad, and boy, last week we got a lot of bad ones, but we stayed with you for all 4 quarters, and that's what we do here. All 4, baby. So get them up, whether you're in the chat, whether you're at home, you want to take pictures of it, you want to throw it in our Discord, you just want to yell it out of your window and seem like a crazy person. Maybe the neighborhood already thinks you're crazy. That's fine. Get the 4s up and be with us here on Stay Tuned Sports as we get to the fourth quarter. Patriots driving, 3rd and 5 coming from the Jets' 41-yard line. Irish in the chat, Pecan, ELS getting the 4s up in there. Thank you guys so very, very much. Question 14, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, how much does the heaviest pumpkin weigh? A lot. I think it's well over a ton. Yeah, Pecan says 20. I was going to go 22. I was going to go 22. And since Pecan is here, I'll throw her up there for both of us. This is really, the Taylor picture is really for me and Pecan, if we're going to be honest. Like, that's really the reason we got her there. It's really just for us. You guys can enjoy it as well. We have no problem with that. But the Taylor is really there for me and Pecan. But yeah, I was going to say 2,200. I was going to say 2,200 pounds. So I'll say that'll be my guess. Pecan says 2,400. See you later, Taylor. We'll see if anybody else has a guess in here before the action returns here after the quarter break. Let's see. What do we got? Anything going on the twits? No, just people talking about different touchdowns and different games. Nothing, no big news coming out here. Nothing like that. The biggest pumpkin. Pecan says, "Hail, Chief Redwood." Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? Heaviest pumpkin weighed in at 2,749 pounds, a record set by Travis Ginger. Or Travis, I don't know why I said it. Travis Ginger. Diggs, he's going to get the first down there. Down to the Jets' 28-yard line from the 41. First down, Patriots. The giant gourd that weighed 2,700 pounds there was grown in Anoka, Minnesota. Ooh, excuse me. So Pecan gets that one. He was the closest without going over. I said 22. He said 24. So there we go. 1st and 10. May under center. Play action. He's got time now. He rolls out to his right. Now he's pointing out for a receiver. Oh, just over the head of his tight end. A little bit of a overthrow. Wah, wah, wah. Everybody does the overthrow. Do it. Do the overthrow. Do the overthrow. They're going to say holding on the Jets prior to the pass. And an automatic first down. And the Jets player is not liking it. Brownlee Jr. is going to be called for the penalty. Brother, you pulled his jersey. I'd like to sit there and say, oh, what are the refs doing? What are the refs doing? Dude, when you pull a brother's jersey like that to the point where it's 5 yards behind him, you pulled it so much. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? So 5-yard penalty, automatic first down for the Patriots. Hand off to Trayvon Henderson, and he's going to get it down to the 19-yard line. Actually, they're going to give it to the 18 because I can't spot for shit. So 2nd and 5 from the 18. That had to make a lot of pumpkin spice. 27,500 pounds. 2,749 pounds of pumpkin spice. The white girls lost their mind. Oh, Drake May gets swallowed up back at the 30. Jets pressure finally gets to him, and there's not a flag to erase that one.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
And that's going to be 3rd and 15 back at the 28 is where the officials are going to mark Drake May down. So now 3rd and long. Jets defense looking to see if they can hold the Patriots to 3 here. Make it just a 10-point difference. It would still be 2 possessions, but Drake gets a little jump pass as he's getting pressured, but it's only a gain of a yard. 4th down and 14. They're going to say 4th and 13. Why do you keep on giving? It's either they don't give him enough yards or they give him an extra yard. I don't understand. Like, it just. I give up. I give up, Trey. I give up. 4th and 13 from the 26, so that's going to be a field goal attempt coming up here from the Patriots. About a 44-yard is the estimated field goal yardage attempt. From the left hash mark, snap, hold, kick is up, and that one does slide right in. 24-14. The Patriots lead by 10 over the Jets with 12:06 remaining in the game here at Gillette Stadium in Foxboro, Massachusetts. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. My name is King. Earlier today, we did the countdown. You can go watch that after this particular broadcast and see where I have all the teams ranked. I can give you a little sneak peek right now and hurt my numbers, but, you know, I don't care. I'm just all about live broadcast. It's all about the content that we have here anyway. We can go over to the doodly-doo here, the vertical screen. You can see here I do have the Patriots currently in the number 1 spot for Week 10, coming out of Week 10 here. I have them in the number 1 spot at 8-2. I have the Seahawks number 2. The Colts, who were previously number 1, moved down 3 spots despite the win against the Falcons. They did win in overtime. I thought it was I still think the Colts are probably the most consistent team in the NFL this season. They had the last 2 games, they did not play their best. But even still, when you see a team not playing their best and they still come out 1-1, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So the Colts sit there at 3, Rams at 4, the Lions I have at 5. The one I think is going to be controversial, clearly, is the Bears. I think I have at 6. Maybe they should be there. Maybe they're not. I should probably have them lower. But I feel like punishing the Broncos and Eagles for what they did to us last week with just how bad their games were. So I refused to move either the Broncos or Eagles up despite their win. I said, I won't move them down. I won't move them down. That's fine. Not going to move them down. But I ain't moving them up. I ain't moving them up for shit. In fact, I probably should have moved them down, but I didn't. I decided to be magnanimous in that sense. But looking at all the other teams and how everybody else shook out, I was like, who else am I going to put there? Could I probably have put the Chargers where the Bears are and the Bears where the Chargers are? Probably. Probably. Do I think the Buccaneers are better than either the Bears or the Chargers? I do. But I couldn't move the Buccaneers up having lost their game to the Patriots last week, even though it was a very close and tight game. So I didn't move the Buccaneers down at all with that loss, but I didn't want to move them up either. So that's why I was in a bit of conundrum. And listen, it's my top 12. I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. And that's what I did. So that's why the Bears are at 6. I have the Buccaneers at 7. The Chargers go. They're at 8. At 9, I have the Eagles. 10, I have the Broncos, who are maybe the worst 8-2 team I've ever seen in my life. They are horrendous. And I think they play the Chiefs. They play the Chiefs this week, right? Good luck. Got the Bills at 11 after they got mollywopped by the Dolphins. I'm surprised the Bills are actually still in my top 12, to be honest with you. And then the 49ers there at number 12, sitting at 6 and 4. Jets return the kickoff to their 28-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up there for the Jets. Question 15, by the way. ELS is hitting us with some more of this Thanksgiving trivia here. How many pumpkin pies can you make with the world's heaviest pumpkin, which, again, weighed 2,749 pounds? I'm going to say a significant portion of the inside of that pumpkin was like the seeds and the guts and stuff that you don't make pumpkin pie with. So that's a significant amount of poundage. So, and then you think about, what does the average pumpkin pie weigh? About 2 pounds. So by doing a little math, a little division, carry the 1, divide by 2, square root of Avogadro's number. I'll say 1,000. I'll say you'll be able to make 1,000 pumpkin pies. Give or take. Give or take 200. Three yards on first down there for the Jets. 2nd and 7 upcoming from their own 31. Jets looking to get a little bit of a drive going here. Trailing by 10. If they get a touchdown here, they'd be down only 3 points to the New England Patriots. So that's what the Jets are looking to do. At least get a field goal, and hopefully to get a touchdown or more, and leave some time on the clock for them to do something with, and hopefully get a stop against the Patriots. But they got to get a first down here first. And they're going to be short. It's going to be 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Jets. Jets. ELS has given us the answer. It's 687 pies. That's surprising. That's surprising how much waste there is. Oh, no. That's over 2,000 pounds of waste. Fields designed run, and he gets close. They're going to mark it at the line. I think that's a first down. And they're saying first down, Jets. That looks like they had Fields for a 4-yard loss. Instead, he's able to spin his way around and falls forward. And, yeah, I think he's got there. Let's see, knees down there. Knees not even down there, yeah. He straightens that out. First down, Jets. Fields looks, throws. There was nobody there. I think he was just running and throwing away for his life. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 10:01 remaining. Pecan says, oh, yeah, no, you can make 687 pies, or you could make the Guinness World Record for a pumpkin pie. Make the world's biggest pie. And that is true, too. I like pumpkin pie. I like the you know, I wouldn't mind trying like some of the, like the tasting history ones, like the medieval, not medieval, but, you know, the early modern period pumpkin pies, the Columbian exchange pies, where it's like actual chunks of pumpkin and different spices and raisins and shit in it, whatever. But I do like the custardy pumpkin pie. I really do. Thrown, caught, loss of 2 yards for the Jets on 2nd down. So that moves it back to 3rd and 12 is what it's going to be here. And indeed it is 3rd and 12. So 3rd and long for the Jets here. They got to convert here. I'm an apple pie guy. I love apple pie. My favorite pie of all pies is probably cherry. I'm a cherry pie guy. I love cherry pie. Cherry pie, blueberry pie, apple pie, strawberry rhubarb pie, key lime pie, lemon meringue pie, things like that. Love that as well. Throws over the middle, incomplete. No flags. It's going to be 4th and 12, and the Jets, with 9:17 remaining in the game, are going to have to punt, and the Patriots have a chance to ice this game if they're able to eat up a lot of clock and end up with points at the end of this drive. It's going to really... Oh, it bounced off a Jets lineman's helmet. That'll do it. That'll do it. Pecan says, I'm a sweet potato guy. I was never a big sweet potato guy. Not big onto the yams. Not a big yam pie guy. That punt is going to bounce at the 5, and then it bounces into the end zone. Boy, it landed in the field, but then took a major Patriot bounce, went straight to the end zone, bounced for a good 20 yards into the end zone. That's crazy. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 9:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. 24-14, 10-point game. Patriots have the ball at their own 20-yard line. All they have to do, 80 yards, all they have to do is eat up a bunch of clock and end up with any kind of points at the end of this drive. And it'll be just about good night Irene time for Gang Green and the New York Jets. Question 16. What is the Guinness World Record for the heaviest pumpkin pie? 687 pounds. No. I don't know. I'll say I was going to go with my answer that I had before. I'll go with 1,000 pounds because that's it. It's not how much. It wasn't how many pounds. Like it's not 687 pounds. You're just saying pies. But about the pies, I was doing it. But if that's the case too, then I think it weighs a little bit more than that. So if you're doing that, if you're saying all that, I'll still say I'll say to be different from Pecan, I'll say 1,200 pounds. I'll say 1,200 pounds. I'll go a little bit over this time instead of under. It's probably under. It's probably like 800 pounds. I'm like, fuck! And Pecan, you're a Southern man, you know what I mean? So, of course, you're going to like sweet potato. I'm a Northern boy. I was just never a sweet potato guy. Just never my thing. But I like all the fruity pies. I'm a big fruity pie. I'm a big fruity. Well, I like fruit. Here's the other thing. Why do people shit on fruitcake? I don't understand how you could shit on fruitcake. With the dried pieces of fruit, the candied pieces of fruit, and a spice cake, with all those nice, like the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the clove and the allspice all in there, like a nice baked. How do you shit on fruitcake? Fruitcake is fucking delicious. That's why I think my Jägermeister and Mountain Dew drink, because it has the citrusy kind of bit there. It gives you kind of the fruitiness, and then the Jägermeister has that kind of star anise and all spicy kind of spicy flavor that you get from a fruitcake too. It's like a liquid fruitcake. So I don't understand how people dislike fruitcake. I will never understand it. It is honestly one of my favorite things about the holidays is having a fruitcake. Irish in the chat says, "Oh my God, fruitcake is horrible." Pecan says, "I like fruitcake." That's what I mean. I love it. I really do. So does my dad. I think that's where I get it from. Because it's good. I can only have a little sliver of it because, diabetes and all. Big pass to Diggs down the field on 1st and 10 from the 20. They get it down to about the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Patriots. ELS, my young friend, you have to get one. It's the holiday season, and Lord knows Wisconsin's got whatever supermarket you have up there, you got fucking Kroger or something. I don't know what you got there. But they should have it, especially during holiday season. Get yourself a fruitcake, whether it's one from the store, whether you can find somebody who makes it fresh in your area, whichever way. It is truly one of the great treats. Oh, they were looking to do a little bit of a end around. We're the Patriots with Douglas, but that's going to go down for a loss, 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15 for the Patriots coming up all the way back at their own 37-yard line. But yeah, I love fruitcake for the holiday season, and yeah, like I talked about the pies, apple pie clearly, cherry, blueberry, strawberry, rhubarb, and then for summers, I love the key lime pie and the lemon meringue. Incomplete pass. Hunter Henry was the intended receiver, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 for the Patriots. After that incomplete pass. Jets looking to see if they can get off the field here, and they might still have a chance. I'm diabetic, so I can't have it as much as I used to be, but lemon meringue pie is so good. Drake May throws deep ball. Oh, it was there in his hands, and he dropped it. 4th and 15 coming up for the Patriots, and they're going to have to punt. So the Jets defense gets off the field as he sticks his tongue out to the crowd. Someone needs to remind him he plays for the New York Jets. By the way, ELS says that the answer is up. The biggest pumpkin pie ever made was a 20-foot diameter pie weighing 3,699 pounds. Holy shit. Weighed more than the biggest pumpkin. So clearly, multiple pumpkins were involved. Kick is caught at the 15, and he goes nowhere further than that. Jets will start at the 15-yard line. 7:34 remaining. Time running out. Can the Jets get back in this game? We're going to find out coming up here. Created by the New Bremen Giant Pumpkin Growers in New Bremen, Ohio, 2010. It required a massive amount of ingredients, including 1,212 pounds of canned pumpkin, 2,796 eggs. Ooh, that sounds like a good breakfast to me right there. 109 gallons of evaporated milk and 525 pounds of sugar. That'll make any diabetic just kick the bucket or lose a leg, one way or the other. But not bad. Now, you know, I wonder, how do you then feed that to people? How do you get that out to people? How does that work? It's that one guy that you see on TikTok and on a lot of social media. He does the real fancy art, but he does it with chocolate. He makes these amazing sculptures and amazing chocolate things, and they're all edible, and it's amazing what he does. But half the time, he makes it for things and for people that they don't eat it. And I think he even said he can't eat some of the stuff that he makes, and he keeps it in a museum, in a chilled museum where nobody. It's then why even make it? What are you doing? How do you sell that? It seems like a waste. I don't know. It's a thing with me. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I was raised. It was always finish your meal. Make sure you finish everything. Take all you want, but eat all you take. All that kind of thing. So when I see food waste, it's one of those things that kind of just itches the back of my brain. I'm like, ugh. My sister used to do that bad. She would take half a pound of fucking cheese. She'd take half a pound of fucking deli meats and shit. She'd make a big ass rye ass sandwich and put all the stuff on it. She'd cut it. I'm gonna have a big ass sandwich. She'd take 3 bites of that motherfucker and then throw the rest away. Every time. And we'd always tell her, stop doing that. Stop putting 17 slices of cheese on a sandwich. Stop putting all that on there. Just have a regular ass, small ass sandwich, and if you want more, make another sandwich. But stop making these Dagwood fucking sandwiches and then throwing the whole damn thing out. She never learned. That girl wasted thousands of dollars of lunch meat in her life. It's amazing. It's incredible. She should be sued. She should be in jail. What a waste. Anyway, question 17. Who began the tradition of breaking the wishbone? Tom Landry. Break the wishbone offense. George Halas. He broke the wishbone offense. Fields drops the ball, and it's going to be the Patriots who recover. Oh, no. Oh, why am I on the main screen here? Oh, we've been missing. I'm dumb. Oh.
Stay tuned, sports. Welcome.
Man, I got everything just screwed up here. The Jets had the ball back. They were going to be able to do something. It was a low snap. Fields couldn't handle it. It was a bad snap, and then he goes to grab it, and his offensive lineman kicks it out of his hands, and it goes right into a Patriots' hands. Just couldn't, you couldn't script it any worse for the Jets. Crafty says, Jets going to jet. Yeah, Fields got it back. He had it in his hands, and then his offensive lineman came along and kicked it out of his fucking hands. It's are you kidding me? Only the Jets. Only the Jets. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line for the Patriots. That's going to be a run down to the 8. They're going to say to the 7. That's bullshit. I think it's to the... Oh, it is to the 8. Okay, but it's 2nd and 7. There you go. Crafty says he actually... No, that's why I say he recovered it, and then his offensive lineman kicked it out of his hands. It's like... Son of a bitch. And it's just the Jet. It's just the Jets. At this point, there's nothing else you could say about it other than it's the Jets. My brother's a Jet fan. I'm pretty sure he says the same thing. It's at that point you just, I mean it's the Jets, man. It's the Jets. May rolls to his right and just throws that out at the very last minute. By the way, the answer for the question of who began the tradition of breaking the wishbone, began with the Etruscans all the way back in ancient Italy. They believed that chickens were sacred and could predict the future. I got to read them bones. Third and 7 for the Patriots. Patriots moved early there. No flag, though. Pass is tipped at the line, incomplete. 4th and 7, but the Patriots are basically right there. It's going to be, a 25-yard field goal, some dumb shit like that. So, – 26-yard, 28-yard field goal, something close to that. And with that, it'll make it a 13-point game. And with 6:38 remaining, you got to figure a 2-touchdown lead, and the way the Jets have played is not going to be very good. Snap, hold, kick is up. That is a good field goal, and that is a 27-14 lead. The Patriots lead over the New York Jetropolitans by 13 points. Question 18. On average, how many seeds does a pumpkin have inside it? 47,000. I don't know. That'll be my guess, though. Crafty says, time for Fields to light it up, and follows it up with a, and if I can quote this correctly, Crafty, I believe that is, is the way he laughs in the chat. So it appears that Crafty does not believe in the New York Jetropolitans here. That's what it looks like. Crafty says when it comes to the average seeds in each pumpkin, he says 52. 42 maybe. Maybe 69. We may never know. On average, a medium-sized pumpkin contains around 500 seeds. That's how many used to be in my nickel bags back in the day, too. Ha ha! That's a marijuana joke, and that's a lie. I never bought marijuana back in the day. I was never that guy. I was never that cool. I never got to do any of that cool stuff. I was never one of the cool guys. Hey, man, let me get a nickel bag of weed, man. No. Never happened, unfortunately. I was never cool. I smoked cools, but I never was cool. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing that quite calms the shakes like the smooth menthol drawl of a cool cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. Justin Fields is going to get popped and sacked all the way back at the 25-yard line. And it's just falling apart for the Jets here now.
But too bad your ass got sacked.
Second and 20 from the 25 for the Jets, Jets. I counted once, Crafty. For me, it was 364, I believe it was. I was 14 years old when I did that particular experiment. Fields back, throws, caught up to the 37-yard line. So 3rd and 8 upcoming here for the Jets. Jets. Time running out, though. 5:40 and counting remaining. Oh, cat in the wall. Hey, now you're speaking my language. Justin Fields takes the snap. And he was going to get sacked, escapes it, pulls it down, runs it himself, and gets the first down. That was going from disaster. But the Jets do get the conversion. 1st and 10, move the chains. Both Patriots actually tackled each other, but not the quarterback. Interesting. First and 10 from the 45. Fields throws over the middle, but it's going to be batted at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Tonga gets the hand on it. 2nd and 10. 4:39 remaining. Well, here's the thing, ELS. At least you don't shock a dog, kind of like Hassan does to calm his nerves. 2nd and 10, throw, caught. Ruckert, the tight end for the Jets, he gets the reception. And it's going to be 3rd and 6. Jets at their own 49-yard line. Time is running out, though, on the Jets. They do have all 3 timeouts, do the Jets. The clock is at 4:02, 4:01, 4 minutes and counting. Jets snap the ball at 3:57. Fields steps back, looks, throws. That's going to be caught over the middle. Is that Mechie? Mechie does get the catch. It is a first down for the Jets. They are on the Patriots' 33-yard line. Oh, what a hit he took, too. Fields pumps, fakes, throws, and incomplete. Isaiah Davis, running back out of the backfield, was the intended receiver, but it falls incomplete. Stops the clock at 3:30 remaining. Time is running out here for the Jets. 2nd and 10. They are down 13 points. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need to stop the Patriots. They have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. So it is not over, but boy, is it desperation time for Gang Green, a spot that they unfortunately have been in a lot in their franchise history. Justin Fields cannot find anybody. He's just going to pull it down and run it. Gets to the 30, 25, goes out at the 20-yard line. First down, Jets. Stops the clock at 3:20. Fields has ran for 67 yards tonight on 11 carries. As you can see there, he's the leading rusher for the Jets and also the leading passer, 14 of 23, 108, and 1 touchdown. Fields in shotgun, 320. As I mentioned, he takes the snap, looks, throws down the sideline of the Fields. Fields throws down the field. It's incomplete. Gonzalez on the defense there. Prevents Mitchell from catching the ball. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Maybe they were looking for a flag. Maybe they were looking for a little legal contact. Gonzalez gets his head around, though. Hits him in the ass. I will enjoy that in the next break, ELS, whatever it may be. ELS dropping some links in the chat. Let's see what they are after this. Fields back, throws. That's going to be caught. Rutgert, the tight end, gets it down to 3rd and short. It is going to be 3rd and 2 at the New England 13. And the clock is ticking. We are under 3 minutes now. 2:57, 2:56, 2:55. The Jets trying to do hurry up, but they're really not. They had a substitution, so they have to give time. And Fields is going to get sacked for a loss of 2. 2:26 remaining.
But too bad
And the
your ass
Jets-
got sacked.
Man, they are just finding ways to, like, this is, what an absolutely mismanaged drive here. You know, they started this drive with 6 minutes or something left. And now it's at 2:06. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. They have 3 timeouts. They haven't taken any of them. Even if they score here, 4th and 4, it's incomplete, so it doesn't matter anyway. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning. The Patriots get the ball back, and I mean the Jets have 3 timeouts, but it doesn't matter because they're still down 2 possessions. So just just Jets football. It's Jets football. It boggles the mind every time how they get different coaches, how they have different players through different eras of football. And it's the same shit always with this team. Always just completely and utterly mismanaged, poorly played football. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, I'm a Giants fan. I'm used to seeing this for the last 15 years. But there have been times where you watch the Giants in the past. Like I said, I've seen my team win 2 Super Bowls. I've seen us be consistently good at times. I've seen seasons and stretches of seasons where the Giants have been like, oh, wow, good team. All right, solid contender. All right, we're winning divisions. We're doing things. Again, we haven't done that in almost 20 years now. But still, like that's what I'm talking about. It's like I don't understand. And Crafty, I know you're talking about right now because you're laughing at Aaron Glenn. You don't like Aaron Glenn as a coach in any way. But in general, I'm talking about just in Jets history. The Jets have had how many different coaches? They've had Bill Parcells, and they played well under him, but there were still times where it was weirdly managed. They've played, I mean, it doesn't matter who they get. It's always something where it's just like, man, they just, it would seem like they get the simple things so wrong that when you need to do the complicated things or you got to do the things under pressure, boy, they get it super duper wrong. Like it's if you don't do the small things right, you're never going to get the big things right. And it seems like the Jets never, ever get the small things right. And then when you need them to get the big things right and hoping like, well, maybe it'll just happen to manifest, it won't, Like you get a low snap, you think you're going to recover the fumble, and then your offensive lineman kicks the ball out of your hands, and then the other team gets it. Then your defense does you a solid, gives you 6.5 minutes left on the clock to go down the field and see if you can get a touchdown and get the ball back with some time left. You though don't use any timeouts. You don't try to get out of bounds. You don't hurry up in any way, shape, or form. And you waste all that time, and then you end up not converting on a 4th and 4 when you're down there on their own 15-yard line, 14-yard line. And it's just It's always. It's not just Aaron Glenn. It's not just this particular Jets team. It's every fucking Jets team. Always. And like I said, I kind of grew up rooting for the Jets here too. They were my secondary team because, the Giants would play at 1 or 4 and the Jets would play at 1 or 4. So I was always able to watch the Giants and then the Jets. And so I always had a soft place in my heart for the Jets. And again, I've watched the Jets just as long as I've watched the Giants in my life. And it's just a fucking thing with the Jets, man. This is just the Jets. It is completely and utterly always. Something gets fucked up. Something gets mismanaged. They don't know how to run a clock right. They don't know how to run a drive right. They always the little things always get screwed up. And it's through different owners. I mean, I've seen it happen with Leon Hess. I've seen it now happen with Woody Johnson. I've seen it with numerous coaches, players in and out. I've seen it through generations of players. It just always fucking happens. I don't know. It just seems to be a Jets thing. 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Patriots. After the Jets timeout. $1:53 remaining. Hand off. It's going to be another gain of 1, 2, 3, maybe about 4 yards. 4, maybe 5. No, it looks more like 4 or 3. They actually 3, they say. Well, I don't think that was 2nd and 6 then. That was more 2nd and 7. And Jets take their second timeout. Crafty asks, so did I win tonight's trivia with my insurmountable score of 0? Probably, Crafty. Probably. 3rd and 3. Hand off for the Patriots, and that's going to be a first down, and that's going to be the game. First down, New England. No reason to take that last time out for the Jets because, well, game's over. They can just kneel it out. And the Patriots are about to hit 9 and 2. No, they're not. Because this is week 11. So they're going to be 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. No, yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 9 and 2. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, holy shit. They're going to be 9 and 2? I don't know why I was like, 9 and 2? No, they can't be 9 and 2 already. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, no shit. I was like, week 11? Oh, shit, it's week 11. First of all, maybe that's what it is, too. It's like, holy shit. It's week 11 already. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The New England Patriots, for at least the next 3 days, are the number 1 team in the AFC. We'll see what happens with the Colts. We'll see what happens with the Broncos. We'll see what happens with everybody else. But for right now, the Patriots, with this final kneel down, they have defeated the New York Football Jetropolitans 27-14. The Jets made it more of a game than I think anybody thought they were going to. But again, at the end, Jets gonna jet, and they sure enough did jet in this game. Fields ends up 8. Wait, don't do that. Messed up all my arrangements. Messed up all my stats here. There we go. Justin Fields ends up 15 of 26 for a $116 and a touchdown. Drake May, however, he pretty much nailed this one. What was that? 25 for 34, 281, and he gets himself a touchdown. Fields, leading rusher for the Jets with 67 yards on 11 carries, also had a rushing touchdown. Henderson, he was the leading rusher there for the Patriots on 19 carries. He had 62 yards. Is that 19 carries? Yes, it is. My eyes are bad. I told you my eyes are bad. That's why I can't spot the ball when I'm watching a game here. So, Patriots, looks like I put them in the right spot for now. They are the number 1 team in the top 12 power rankings on the countdown, and I think that's, I think that's the reason why I have them there. They, again, this is the Jets. Let's be honest. I understand that. But it was still a divisional game, and the Jets still played well. So we'll see. I do think this Patriots team is for real. Again, they went to Tampa Bay and beat the Buccaneers last week. I think that was a significant test as well for the Patriots. And, again, let's not forget that they beat the Bills in Buffalo. And look at just 1 year under Vrabel. 1 year under Vrabel, what it's done for this team. And the Titans fired him, remember, is what it is, Matt. Is what it is. Titans fans can cry about it now, but the New England Patriots sitting at 9 and 2 and looking good in the AFC. Maybe they will. We got the Patriots dynasty again. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Just when you think they're gone, they pull you back in. Crafty Nichetti says, who could have foreseen that the three AFC leaders at this point in the season would be the Denver Broncos, the Indianapolis Colts, and the New England Patriots? The Chiefs and Ravens would not even be in the playoff picture as it stands right now. That's very true. That's very true. 2025 has been a year. We got a little bit more to go, and we'll see how this all shakes out. But for right now, the Patriots are sitting pretty. The Denver Broncos may be the worst 8-2 team in football history. But for now, they are 8-2, so you have to take that into account. And the Colts, they are an 8-2 team or a 7-2 team, and they look good. Or are they 8-2? What are the Colts again? Let me go to the vertical display here. They are 8-2. I didn't know because their bye week is this week because they're coming over from Germany, so they're 8-2. So you have the Colts that are 8-2, but I think the Colts are a solid 8-2. They're a very consistent 8-2. Patriots now 9-2. And that's the thing with the Bills. Who are the Bills playing this week? Oh, the Bills got to play the Buccaneers. Oh shit! There's a chance that the Buccaneers the Bills could be 6-4, and the Patriots 9-2. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Crafty saying the Bucs are playing the Bucs. Yeah, dude. I'm saying that Bucs Bills game now for the AFC East seems so huge. Because if the Bills lose that game, boy, the Patriots are in the catbird seat. They sit it with a 3-0 division record. The Bills sit at 2-2 in the division. So the Patriots are going to end up the Patriots might run away. We thought the Bills were going to run away with this division earlier on this season. We're like, oh, the Bills might wrap this thing up before Thanksgiving. Now it looks like the Patriots might wrap this thing up before Christmas. Crafty says this week might have the best slate of games this year so far. Well, like I said, we have that. Now we have the Madrid game coming up on Sunday. I will not be watching that. We will not be waking up early to see that. That is the Redskins and Dolphins. Have fun with that one, Spain. Then we got the Giants and Packers. I'm interested in that one, obviously being a Giants fan. I just want to see how we play with Kafka as coach. Fuck Dayball and see our boy Jameis and see what kind of entertaining game he gives us. Texans, Titans, Panthers, Falcons. Panthers, Falcons might be good. Bears, Vikings, that'll be good. Chargers, Jaguars should be interesting. Bucks, Bills will be good, very good. Bengals, Steelers will be interesting. Could be boring, but could be interesting. Niners, Cardinals could be interesting with Jacoby Brissett starting there for the Cardinals. Seahawks, Rams, that's going to be great. Might watch that one. Chiefs, Broncos, that's going to be interesting. Might watch that one. I might leave that up to you guys to see which one we do. Ravens, Browns. Boy, if the Ravens lose that game, like their division hopes will take a bump with that one. Lions, Eagles for Sunday night. That'll be a great game. And then we end it with Cowboys, Raiders. So it ends on a bit of a dud, but not a bad lineup for the week coming up here, Crafty. I will agree with you on that. That Dolphins loss, the Bills could not afford that. The Bills could not afford that, and I don't know how they lost that game. I don't know how they lost that game. But they lost. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can't do anything about it now. But I'll tell you what we can do now. It's time for us to get the fudge on out of here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here on Thursday night as we watched along with the New England Patriots beating the New York Jets 27-14 and upping their record to 9-2. If you liked any part of this broadcast, and why would you? But if you did, please make sure you hit that like button before you get on out of here. Hit that share button. Share this channel around to everybody. Let your friends, let your family, let everybody know that we exist. I don't know why I said it with such a weird dialect, but I did. But you can go ahead. Let's just let everybody know we exist. That's fun. And, of course, if you have not yet already, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Helps us out tremendously with the YouTube Elder Gods. If you want to help us out a little bit more directly, we have a link for our donation station and a merch store down in the links below in the description. Again, thank you guys so very much for your support and your viewership and just hanging out with us watching football, baby. That's what we do here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So until tomorrow for the Friday forecast, where we'll preview this upcoming Week 11 with all these games here and see how I feel the games will go. And we'll see who I pick in all of these games. Until then, my name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports, and you guys have yourself a fantastic rest of your Thursday evening.